NFL regular season pod. We have NFL Week 18. We might be here for a little bit just because, go through some of these games really quick. A lot of injury stuff that we need to talk about. But, gentlemen, how's your Christmas? How's your Week 17 viewing experience? Instagram crowd as well.
I was going to say, in excitement, broke my couch on Sunday, jumping up and down after the Eagles beating the Bills, watching the Patriots clinch the division in, 6 or 7 years? I forgot the exact number, but hence the new, Christmas sweater. Dub's got a little jersey to flash, I assume, at some point, but love to see the Patriots got the division win. That kind of, that was my main takeaway from the Week 18 season. But Christmas was good. Good to see you guys live pod, a few days before. But yeah, can't complain. Good to be home and see everybody, but also good to be back. So
I'm guessing you didn't go boots on the ground to the Panthers game?
Nah, same time as the Pats game. I have more, and it was also real. I don't know if you guys caught that Tampa game or the Carolina game. It was really shitty out in Charlotte. My buddies went and they said it was basically raining for the majority of the second half. Kind of a shit show if you were, not in a suite. So kind of happy I didn't go, and it was pretty expensive tickets. But all in all, got to watch some football at home, chill out after a week and a half being home. So it's good to chill out and relax, watch some football, watch the Pats win the division. But yeah.
All right, Michael, how was your football week?
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. It's more just reminding me of our text conversation during the game. But
what was it?
That
it was in the
been
chat.
24 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas was good. Good to see everyone. Good to have a live pod. And we got to have at least one.
You ducked us watching the game.
I was out of there. Yeah. Football was as bad as always. And yeah.
Football is bad as always. Do you have the Seahawks are good. Are you rooting for them?
Yeah, but I don't think they're winning this week.
Are you rooting for your path? That's all I've really seen in the group chat is the path number one pick.
Since the Falcons decided to win last night, they have no shot at the number one pick now.
That was
the first leg that was broken. So it's number 2 or 3. They got to have, I don't know what it even is. Giants basically have to win, I think, to get the number 2 pick.
Giants have, for you to get the number 2 pick?
Yeah. Okay. Giants have to win and some other teams have to win. I don't know who it is, but it's not looking great. Probably going to end up 3 if somehow they win against the Bills.
They still have, if Tyson comes out, they still have a chance at one of the top 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's why we'll be locked in on Christmas Eve.
All right. You mean New Year's?
Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve.
Also, New Year's Eve, Ohio State.
Yeah, they don't play. Yeah, I got it. It's New Year's Day. He's got it. He'll figure it out when we get closer.
Let's talk about the aforementioned Week 17. Michael, maybe the in-person pod scenario didn't help you out. Maybe those Whalers 6-9-1, rough week, trying to get over that 500 hump, but there's still a road there for you.
I was over 500 before last week, wasn't I?
No, you're one.
Or was I hovering?
You were 1 game under. You needed that week, but now you're 3 games under.
Well, you should see one of my Focus 5 bets for this week. It's a big one.
Like plus 20K or something. Wait for that. Stay tuned for that.
All of my picks in a parlay.
Love it.
I actually like that little lottery ticket to end us out. Cam,
might put me in the lead.
But I don't know if it was this stream. I was like some free wins because I knew when I was going against you guys, we'll talk about the certain picks, but it was me and the lone man crowd. Those ended up being huge swings.
Yep.
But Cam, you're 7-8-1. Then I was 10-5-1. So pretty good week for me. Also had a good week betting. So we're right back in it. Everything's looking good for 2026, which leads us to the big drama on the spreads. Michael, your storyline is trying to get over 500. You're 4 games below, 94, 98, and 3 for 49%. Obviously, Rat's still 22, 21, and 1 for 51%. And we have a tie once again for the top spot at 127, 109, and 4 apiece, me and Cam, for 54% each. So we're running out of games. It's going to come down. It might come down to the Super Bowl pick, and I don't know. Maybe we'll have to come up with a tiebreaker if it comes down to that. We won't spend too much time on that because a lot can happen between now and then. But seemingly, this is the biggest week left with a lot of meaningless games, so it'll be important to decide what path we go here. So as always, we welcome in the chat. First comment of the night. Our most loyal viewer this season for sure. Allie's here. WM here. Go Buckeyes. Go Celtics. We will have picks for the college football playoff week 2 at the end of this stream. I know we kind of teased them at the end of last week, but Michael, the Celtics. This is NBA comment for you. Any intake?
Haven't they lost 2 straight to some bad teams?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Yeah, I watched the first game on. I think it was the day after Christmas, or maybe 2 days after.
They're playing the Jazz tonight, so they just lost to the Trailblazers, actually. So, trap game.
I don't know. If you let the C's hang around in there, like with a couple of weeks before playoffs, you got Tatum back. When I start to want to, actually watch NBA basketball when it actually matters. But I don't know. If you're the Knicks team, you kind of want to put them away early. I wouldn't want to see them early on in the playoffs.
I was in NBA. I was actually I had NBA on in the background of where I was last night, and I couldn't recognize the 2 teams' logos that were playing. I had no idea what was going on. It was Spurs versus somebody. I couldn't tell what they were doing. Like weird logos. All right. They lost last night to the Trailblazers. Michael was doing the research there. All right. So let's get through some of these weeks.
The Cavs stuff. Come on, you don't know the Cavs logo?
It didn't look like. I know the Cavs logo. It didn't look like the Cavs logo. That was the problem.
It's a C. Right. It's got like a little thing.
No. All right. Let's get into some Week 17 games. We can kind of skip through the games that don't matter as much. Starting with the first game of Christmas. Did you have your Christmas brunch and watch Cowboys Commanders? I know Cam did. Michael, did you catch any of this game?
Absolutely not.
Oh, the Knicks were on during this time.
They were. And they had probably their best game of the year. We can talk about it if we want.
Tyler Kolek.
I've got people asking to come on NBA podcast for traded lines. Maybe we'll throw that down the line. Get some more NBA pods. But for now, this is NFL. So we'll go to you, Cam. What did you see out of this game, if anything?
Honestly, I think the best Christmas experience I've had this year was we gave I think he might be 14-year-old cousin $50 gift cards to DraftKings, and I watched him lose all of it within a span of an hour betting on this game. He was all over the skins for some reason. It was also just random bullshit, player props, like next person to catch a pass on this drive or whatever. But it was classic rookie betting, but I was having a great time watching him just lose his money away. But no, I mean, this game honestly didn't really, impact me as a game. Like I didn't bet much on this game. I think I had George Pickens to score a touchdown in a parlay, but I don't think he ended up doing it. It was it was a gross game, not much to take away. But I mean, both these teams need a huge regroup and kind of need to figure out what their direction is in the offseason for going into 2026 year. But the Christmas games in general, you can say the same things honestly, but not much to take away from this game.
We can do kind of next week when we have more time. We can do kind of a offseason maybe.
Yeah.
Only thing I had from this game was I had Commanders +7 in our picks. That was good. Big push. This was our push of the week, by the way. And also +14.5 Javonte to score. So that held up. Maybe some other legs didn't hold up, which we'll get to in a second. This game, what the hell happened to the Detroit Lions? They lost to Max Brosmer on Christmas and scored 10 points. Yeah, this is sad. I like the Lions, but this was sad to watch.
It was honestly an embarrassing performance. Like it was just not this Lions team that you've seen for the past, 2.5 years. Just came out flat. I honestly, I don't really have an explanation for it. Like even throughout the year when they've lost, like they've been putting up, I think, decent points on offense. It's meaning their defense that's been kind of killing them, especially with the injuries later on in the year. But huge surprise out of this team. Obviously eliminated from the playoffs now. Going to be interesting to see what they can do. But obviously Minnesota can still fight within the division. But I mean, like I said, not much to take away from this game either.
Well, I mean, Detroit just played themselves out of the playoffs, which was absurd.
Yeah.
If this hit, I would have hit my first leg of Focus 5, but we didn't do it. Max Brosmer in the future? JJ McCarthy, Max Brosmer, Carson Wentz. Who you got?
9. Give me 9.
All right, respect. All right, we'll keep moving then to a game that we all thought would be much bigger of a blowout than it actually was. Cam maybe made some offhand comments about the quarterback of the Chiefs, which we may have to go back and edit out down the line if we ever make it big. But what was your takeaway from this game? Broncos beat the Chiefs, but it's not by as many as you'd think. Obviously, this Chiefs playing without Mahomes, but what was your takeaway from this game?
That the Broncos can play the competition is my main takeaway when I was watching this. I feel like there have been some spots in these games because obviously I'm looking at it from a Patriots fan's perspective, and the Broncos obviously are currently the number one team. A lot of national recognition, basically saying that they're one of the more complete teams, if not the most complete team in the AFC. And seeing how they compete against the Chiefs without Patrick, kind of just it's it's the NFL. Any team can win except the Titans and the Cardinals on any given Sunday. So, going to be interesting to see what it's like in the playoffs. But it definitely gave me a lot of encouragement if we end up having to go to Denver.
Where was this game, in Denver or in Kansas City?
AC. It was the last game of Travis Kelce's home career. Remember, they followed him down the tunnel and were like, "All right, that's it. See you guys."
See
That's
ya.
how they ended the broadcast. It was so stupid.
Wrap it up, Travis. Do you think this is it for Travis?
I
How did he
think
deal
so.
with the Ludicon? Did he make an impact?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think he played too well. Like I think it's definition of a mediocre performance, if anything, like he's had throughout the majority of the season. And I think the fact that Patrick most likely is going to be missing I don't know if it's the majority or at least a decent amount of the beginning part of the season, definitely seems like everything's leaning towards Travis not coming back and just kind of going off into the sunset. But
Married life.
yeah, married life. He's got the podcast. He doesn't really need football anymore, and especially if the Kansas City Chiefs aren't, that top tier team. But as I say that, a lot of people were saying that about the Patriots before they had that second run of Super Bowls with Tom Brady too. So I don't know, but if I had to bet, I'd probably say that Travis Kelce's not playing football next year.
Well, who knows? Taylor Swift, big things coming. All right,
Okay.
well, that was Christmas. Obviously, from Cam's description, seems like we missed out on some riveting games, really.
It was a terrible
It was
slate of
probably the
games.
worst. Yeah, it was tough. It was a bad look for the NFL. Like on paper, these
because the
matchups could have
NBA
been.
games were electric. All of
Exactly.
the NBA games were good too.
It's just tough though, because on paper, at the beginning of the season, you're like, whoa, like these three games can really matter towards the impact of the playoff push this late in the season. And unfortunately, just injuries and also just bad play from certain teams have really put them in different, situations than what the expectations were in the beginning of the year. So I'm interested to see how they kind of like figure it out next year. I think it's going to be, the same thing. You kind of go with your division winners and, powerhouses, but I mean, it was kind of disappointing thinking you had three really good football games on Christmas and all of them didn't really matter in hindsight.
Well, they mattered, just they weren't really like.
Well, you could kind of predict what was going to happen. At least I think you could have, but.
Well, no one thought the Vikings were going to win, but then the Lions.
True.
The Lions kept intrigue out of it by actually losing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like that, the one game that could have been interesting, like the Lions just didn't play competitive football at all. So.
Yeah, so failed by Christmas for the NFL. NBA still owns that shit. We moved to Saturday. Texans, Chargers. Didn't really catch much of this game either, but I know at least me and you, Cam, were on the Texans. I think, Mikey, you had Chargers, but doesn't affect much seeding-wise, but rematch from last year's playoff where Herbert threw 4 picks. Then you have this year, obviously, he's got the broken hand. He's got the excuses if he wants them. But the Texans pull out the win again. Got an early lead from what I was just going to get the alerts, and then Chargers kind of crawled back into it. Part of this one. Sorry, I was saying there's a missed kick that maybe played a part into this game. Michael, you watched this one?
I did watch this one. The Texans came out swinging 2 deep touchdowns to start off the game, 14-0, and then did absolute jack shit for the rest of the game. Dicker kicker missed an extra point and a field goal that would have tied the game. And yeah, honestly, the Texans after their first 2 drives were terrible. Like on offense, their defense is electric. They're probably top 3 defense in the league. And I wouldn't trust them in like any game in the playoffs, honestly. Just how bad their offense can be.
I made my statement about Stroud last week, and then as soon as he throws a touchdown, I get a text. But according to you guys, maybe there's more to the eye than.
No, I mean, this game was, I honestly thought, like, the way that kind of Mikey alluded to the start of it, I thought it was going to just be continuous of that Christmas Day, just uneventful, not really worth watching. And then, it's just sloppy play from Stroud in the offense. And then also the Chargers, aside from, like Mikey said, Dicker missing the PAT and the field goal that would have, eventually tied the game if we take, the momentum out of it when it happens. But there was like the Chargers had plenty of opportunities to win that game. There was several red zone drives that either ended in a turnover or just poor decision making. There was one play, I don't know if you guys saw, but it was a pretty decent throw. Like it was catchable. It was maybe a little bit high. Like he didn't have to jump for it, but the tight end basically whiffed on it, hit off his hands while he popped in the air, and the Texans got an interception at the 1 yard line, where that's potentially 7 points, completely flipped the momentum. Like the Chargers team, it just seems like you kind of said, Dub, like you can have those excuses, but when are we going to stop giving them the excuses for Herbert? But I don't know. It kind of the same sentiment as that Denver Broncos game. Like it definitely made me think like this team is still beatable. Like even though they have an insane defense in Houston, I like sure they looked good. They kind of got bailed out by bad offensive play by the Chargers. Also, Houston's offense did absolutely nothing for 3 quarters. Vice versa, the Chargers defense looked like shit and then played decent in the second half, but their offense just can't get it together. Like just the whole AFC picture is kind of crazy how you like there's not one team that I would consider to be like well-rounded enough to compete with the Patriots, if not dominate them, for 4 quarters. So definitely gives me a lot of hope going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, one of these two teams could be coming to New England
Yep.
week 1. And there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the AFC playoff picture where you look at the spreads and it looks like maybe the Bills aren't going to be playing their guys, and we know Herbert's not playing next week. So it doesn't seem like they're matchup hunting, the wild card teams. I mean, we know the 7 teams in each side at this point. Or no, we don't know the 7. We know the wild card teams in each side because there's divisions to be had. But I think you'd want that first round matchup with either the Ravens or the Steelers.
Absolutely.
Instead of I guess people kind of look at the Jags as frauds. I don't know. I'd be more scared of the Jags than that AFC North team. But
yeah,
speaking of AFC North, this was a depressing one where, Packers kind of locked themselves into that 7 seed. They'll be playing against probably the Bears, which honestly I like that for the Packers perspective because they own that franchise. So that's good, but we got to hope Jordan Love gets healthy. Malik Willis was in this game. He had the shoulder injury last week, threw it out, and then Clayton Tune comes in, throws a pick. But if you're watching the game, that wasn't Clayton Tune's fault. Kid just dropped it. That stupid, I can't say the word, stupid MF that they always try and get the ball on offense. What's his name? Like Bo Melton or something. You have Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Dubes, Dontavian Wicks, and you're trying to get this Bo Melton guy involved. Savion Williams, Kraft before injury, like
Josh Jacobs,
Emmanuel Wilson, the other
Luke
kid, Musgrave. No, let's get Bo Melton the ball. Drops it. They lose the game instantly. I mean, you get with the credit 2 to the Ravens, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns from Henry, just insane. For the fantasy players out there, obviously, if you played against Derrick Henry, this is a very bad week for you to go against him.
It's probably championship week too.
No Lamar, no Jordan Love. So props to the Ravens for getting this done. Where some of their most impressive wins of the season have come without Lamar, which I think when the Ravens maybe are out of the playoffs or out of the picture, we can kind of discuss how that organization is going to move forward. But for now, they buy themselves to Sunday nights where they will play a win-in spot. But what'd you see from this game, Cam, besides what I saw in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it was kind of tough watching this game. Honestly, the Malik Willis offense was still moving the ball and scoring points, but there was just certain times where kind of like you talked about the Bowman situation where you kind of scratch your head. You're like, what are they doing? Like, it didn't really make any sense. And then the Ravens kind of lean on Derrick Henry like they haven't done the entire year. And then they end up winning this game in a huge win to get them back into the playoff picture, fighting for the division on, Monday night against the Steelers. Yeah. Or is it Sunday night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, Obviously the NFL was unscripted, but then you kind of look at in between the lines and you're like, oh, it's kind of weird how the Ravens, end up beating the Green Bay Packers without their starting quarterback when they haven't really been consistently winning at all. And then conveniently you got a divisional matchup for the division on the last week of the entire season. So I don't know. It's gonna be
Convenient.
yeah, it's a little convenient, but it obviously makes Week 18 a little bit more exciting, as opposed to the majority of the slate. So, other than that, I'm curious to see if they continue to feed Derrick Henry the ball this upcoming week. But that was the first time I've seen him really get fed the rock that consistently for the Ravens.
Michael, do you have any takes from this game?
I did not watch this game, but NFL rigged is alive and well.
Always a Halloran brother coming on here claiming the NFL's rigged. I wonder why. Maybe it's
My team sucks. NFL's rigged.
Well, we'll transition to Sunday, maybe something that made you a little bit happier and less thinking that the NFL is rigged. Your Seattle Seahawks get the win over, well, I guess you like Bryce Young and the Panthers too. So, Michael, were you available and ready to watch this 1 p.m. slate?
Yeah, this one was not much. I forget if I picked the Panthers in this one. I want to say I did. Should have seen it coming though. They didn't need this game at all. It was kind of like they got down, and then they're like, I mean, if they won this game, they still have to win against Tampa, right?
Well, no, because Tampa lost.
But that
we were talking about,
they didn't know that, but yes,
I was getting so confused last week on the stream when we were talking about this. If they knew that Tampa had lost, they could just win this game because they had a 1-game lead. Because then you go to 2 games and then.
But it's also kind of weird thinking like, oh, now we can win this game against arguably the number 1 team in their conference. So it's like,
this one actually burned me on my teaser. I had them plus 14.5. Was hoping that it was a killer. But we won some other bets, so it's good. But yeah, I mean, they kind of just seemed to fall out of this game, and then the Seahawks were just better late from my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, it was tight. It was tight for the majority of the game, and then there was, I think it was a turnover I think it was the middle of the third quarter, because I had it on the whatever NFL Sunday ticket, so I had the 4 views whenever the Pats were in commercial. So I was watching this game, and the Panthers were fighting, like they were in this game the majority of the time, and then I think they had a turnover, like I said, in the middle of the third quarter, maybe early third quarter, completely flipped the script. Seattle basically took advantage of that. Then Carolina just continued to make their own mistakes, and Seattle took advantage of it. So kind of what you expect from a playoff team, potentially number 1 team in the conference. But this Panthers team all comes down to Week 18, which I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit.
Yep, an exciting first game on Saturday night, which we can talk about the scheduling of it all when we get to there. But, okay, we've got one we can kind of poo-poo past. The Bengals. Dude, no. The one thing in this game is, remember I had my touchdown parlay of Jamar Chase, which was a lock. He ended up with like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Trey McBride, I needed him to score.
I had Trey
miracle, like fourth quarter, like last second drive just for the fuck of it. Because he like broke the record on the drive earlier, like getting the most catches by a tight end or something. And then Jacoby finds him in the end zone. Wow. Because I did an onion parlay. I did him and Jamar, and then I added in Jonathan Taylor on a different parlay. So it was a stupid betting move, but both of those hits, that made my weekend good. But that was really my only takeaway from this game, because the Bengals got up like 21-0, and then.
Yeah, I was just watching the score. It wasn't on my multi-view, so I didn't catch. I kind of knew that the Cardinals were going to prove that they don't belong in the NFL right now, so kind of expected this from the jump.
Michael, any quick thoughts on this one?
No.
Looks like Lexi wants to get in here and say something about the Bengals. Okay.
She hates the Bengals. She's a Dogs fan.
All right. Well, speaking of the dog pound, big win for Cleveland Browns. I think I took Browns. You guys called me crazy. This is one that did have a big swing and spread. Shadur is here. Was this more of a Shadur is here, or the Steelers just can't do shit? I heard Myles Garrett was given like a charity half sack. Obviously, big week this week against the Bengals for the record. But what were your takeaways from this game?
I saw this more of a DK didn't play.
Agreed.
Than Myles Garrett anything. But, I mean, Myles Garrett is probably DPOY, right? And
yeah, gotta be.
He's like minus 20,000 for Debo.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
locked.
And without DK and that Steelers offense, they could absolutely do nothing. Like you saw Aaron Rodgers throw the ball 4 yards down the field, and Warren and the other guy, I forget his name, rushed for like 2.5
Gainwell?
yards a carry. Like not anything on offense. And the Browns like barely do enough to win this game. Even with the turnovers on offense, and I don't know, just terrible AFC North or whatever.
Yeah. Gritty. I
Thought there'd be
honestly
more weather in this game. There wasn't a lot of weather.
no. I was honestly so tempted to throw down a Harold Fanning anytime touchdown. Parlayed with Austin Hooper, like a little backup tight end parlay touchdown situation. Didn't end up doing it. And of course, both of them ended up scoring. So huge kick in the
When
ass.
Hooper
on
had that touchdown, I thought my Hunter Henry was dead. But
Yeah,
Always
the
follow
Hawkins-
your intuition. You got first things you got to bet it no matter what.
Yeah.
Always regret not betting it. But
No, agreed. But I mean, it's sure the Steelers only gave up 13 points, but if you look at how like that Harold Fanning touchdown, it's kind of tough because it was on Duggar, an expat, but Jesus, that ball was floating in the air for like it felt like basically 15 seconds, and Duggar couldn't locate it, and then all of a sudden Harold Fanning just kind of like sidesteps and catches it, falls into the end zone short, and then just rolls in untouched. It's kind of been a little bit of a surprising year for the Steelers defense, where they've kind of notoriously known for being a very good defense, and especially with all the big names that they have, just the fact that they haven't been playing up to whatever your expectation was going into the year is very surprising. But it's also, I kind of talked about it in several pods previous, where Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, and just the definition of mediocrity, going 9-8, 8-9, maybe making the playoffs, maybe being the first team out. This just seems like the definition of the Pittsburgh Steelers losing this game and then having it come down to the final week of the season, in the last game of the slate. So going to be interesting to see what happens next week.
Yeah, I think if we go back to the futures pod, I don't think any of us really had like high hopes for the Steelers. I think honestly they did exactly what I expect them to do, which is go either 1 or 2 games above 500.
Yep.
Either sneak into the playoffs, which I guess they're going to have a home game, which congratulations for you, but they're probably going to get their ass kicked by no matter who they play. So it's like another Steelers season in the books, which I'm sure that'll be a good topic for an offseason pod if Tomlin's going to go or whatever. But we'll move ahead. Grandpa Phil may go back.
He throwing dots that game. Not gonna lie.
May go back to the reservation after this one, but the Jags stay alive for the 1 seed, so they've got something to play for on Sunday. Colts obviously eliminated, but insane. This was another one where I took Colts. You guys were on Jags minus 6.5, so this was a big one to swing it where they backdoor covered this one by 0.5. But yeah, I mean, kind of really the game I'd expect for the Jags. Like, I was kind of expecting the Jags to muck it up by more, so them being up and then them kind of scoring, the Colts kind of scoring a late touchdown, whatever. Not really any big takeaways from this one, just kind of building more confidence with the Jags as we go. And I'm curious to see who they play, what their matchup will be, and what I think of that. But any takeaways from this specific game? Uncle Phil, Grandpa Phil, this is it. Hope maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
Nah, he said he's done.
He's done?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about it watching the game. Why wouldn't you want him on your team next year as like a backup? I know he doesn't want to do that, but get that health insurance.
Okay,
he's already got that.
He can. Yeah, I think he's
like
flying the rock.
years.
Not like he's. Would you take Philip Rivers or Zach Wilson to start for you?
I talked about this last week.
Okay,
I would easily take them.
It's just the fact that he doesn't
Old
want
guys.
to.
Yeah.
And it's also like
the same with like Kirk Cousins in like 3 years. Like once he's done being a starting quarterback, I mean, he's already there, but you know what I mean. Like, no, they're not going to want to do that. And Phil is obviously better than Kirk Cousins in his prime, but same sort of thing.
Whoa, you like that? Come on.
Hey, that was
You like
hype.
that?
But
It's kind of weird looking at this game because you say it gives you like more faith in the Jags beating this team, but it's also like it's weird because I want to say it on the flip side, it doesn't. Like I know they won on the road, beat a divisional team, but they're playing against a quarterback that hasn't played football in 5 years, and barely scrapes out a win. I think they had control of the majority of the game, but scoreboard reflects differently. They won by less than touchdown, but I don't know. It's this Jags team is kind of hit or miss. Their defense is, I think, pretty good, but at the same time, it's like I wouldn't compare it to Houston or Denver. Like, there's a lot of holes in that team that I feel like I said, more from a Patriots perspective, I'm not really concerned about this Jags team. Like, if those on the one concern I would have is honestly Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, since he's been on the Jags, has been absolutely electric. He's been like their go-to guy, like he was when the Pats with Mac Jones and Josh McDaniels, like crucial third down in the slot, getting much needed yards for first downs. I mean, he's looked incredible since he's gotten there. And it's weird how Brian Thomas kind of taking a back seat, but hopefully those two can figure it out. And then obviously you got Travis coming back next year. So it's going to be interesting to see how that Jags team plays out.
Well, looking at the Colts, Phillip comes in. They're like 12.5, 13-point underdogs against the Seahawks. They make it a game against them. They were in it against the 49ers on Monday night. Obviously, there was the late pick six. They were down like a touchdown or two, but they were in the game for most of that game. And then this week, you're getting it against the Jags as well. So I think this is a good win. Colts have been like a decent team all year. You know, I've called them frauds through the schedule, but we'll see.
It's weird how you call them frauds when Daniel Jones is in there, but when Phillips
Once
in
you
there,
get a real
dude, they're actually playing pretty well.
Phil, that's when you know. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of frauds, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Time to get off the train.
This week is going to be interesting.
Time to get off the train, man. This team is ass. Been ass. I'm glad I got off the train like 3 weeks ago and just have won picks from that, but didn't watch much of it.
Didn't you hop back on the train for a second or no?
No, I got off when they lost to the Falcons on Thursday night, and I haven't got back on since. When you were second career start, don't know who he's throwing to at this point. Is Waddle healthy? I don't know. I don't even know who's on the Dolphins. I haven't watched the Dolphins game.
Waddle got hurt during this game.
Okay, Waddle got hurt, so there you go. Florida matchup, but the Bucs still can't do it. I know the Dolphins kind of had an early lead, and the Bucs kind of made their way back. Chris Godwin had a good game, but there's no more excuses for the Bucs. You're an ass. It's time. I think if they lose to the Panthers, Todd Bowles gets fired instantly. When they lose in the first round, inevitably, if they beat the Panthers, he should be fired after that too. But we'll see what happens. Fins wise, like good for them for competing, but it's more about this Bucs team. What the hell is going on, Cam? You've been adamant that the Bucs will come back, and I was like you. You know, I thought they would and cover spreads, but they haven't done it. So, what do you think after this one?
I don't want to spoil my next week's pick, but it all comes down to week 18. And the problem is I feel like they're kind of playing like that. Like, I feel like they're playing where it's like, hey, like necessarily like we want to win this game, but also we still have a chance to win this division and get a home playoff game no matter what. If it comes down to week 18 at home against the Panthers. So I feel like I've put all my chips in already, and it's, you know, the Rivers come. It's not like you're going to fold at this point. Like, you got to see the last card. So with this amount of chips in, I feel like it's kind of just, yeah.
Sun costing it.
I am. I just, it's more like, I don't want to spoil my pick for the next
No,
week.
you're in a weird spot too. I know, because the second you don't pick the Bucs, that's when they're going to win.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's tough, but like you said, this is definitely more about the Bucs than it is the Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins have definitely shown a little bit of signs of life that probably saves McDaniel's job, I think. Because it was dark there for when they fired the GM. It kind of seemed like McDaniel was going to be one of the next people out the door. But I mean, they've won I think at least 4 or 5 games since the firing of the GM. So they've looked much better. They've focused on running the ball, and it's obviously difficult when you don't have your number one receiver and then your second receiver Waddle goes out in this game. You still end up with a win. But I mean, I wouldn't be, even if the Bucs do make the playoffs, it's not like I'm going to be super hell-bent on taking them in any matchup that they have, even though it's at home. So just interesting to see, kind of like you said, it's more of an off-season thing where what happens with Todd in the roster, but we'll get there when we get there.
Dolphins have won 5 of their last 7. You know,
Yeah.
Not against the best competition, but I don't know about McDaniel, to be honest. I think him being willing to pivot to Ewers is like a sign to the upper management that, hey, you know, Tua's not my guy. If we need to switch lanes here, and still waiting for that Kyler and Tua swap to catch wind. I hope that happens, but we'll see.
Take Tua to the Jets. That's a Jets move, right?
I love
there.
that.
Yeah.
Some comment in the chat
No.
for maybe Emeka Buka, who completely fell off the Rookie of the Year train. Karma. This might be one of the best takes ever of Ali last year calling him being like a shitty guy, and then he just falls off.
I don't know if it's karma. I think it would be, two borderline all-pro receivers coming back into the lineup, but
No, what about Jalen McMillan? He led the corpse this week. He had like 117 yards. I was just looking at that. No.
If you really want to dive into the stats and everything, but
yeah, whatever. Speaking of stats, Michael.
oh,
How is this speaking of stats?
Well, stats. The Jets might be the first team ever to not get a pick in any week of football, right?
the fair
It's a
stat.
You got to pick off Josh.
I think they got it this week. We might see Mitch.
You think you can pick off Mitch?
I mean, no. But
This
Question is who's going to pick off Mitch? Like,
Gonna be
when we were
like-
watching that game, it was like I didn't know a single fucking person on your defense. It was
it's gonna
crazy.
be like Jalen Clark or some no-name undrafted scrub.
Yeah. I'll start. I mean, this was one of the more sadder, I think, performances I've seen by a football team in history.
Well, let's just say the Jets have lost 4 straight games by over 24 points.
Okay. So does that not make it even more of a sad performance?
No, because I should have bet the 24 and a half spread.
alt spread.
Old spread.
All right. Well, at least there's that. You could have done that.
This week's not the week to do it, though. Don't worry. We got it.
Okay. I mean, this has this. If I were a Jets fan, I could actually see watching this and being like, I hate football. There's no point in watching football. I mean, from the
It
past,
just ruins the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't even have that much invested in this. to
You
start.
don't, but you have investment in the fact that they have NFL players on their team that might want to put up a slight amount of fight.
No, I mean we were in not the same spot, but like the past 2 years, or
Don't
especially
say
last
that.
year.
Just offends them. Don't say that.
No,
Yeah,
but
don't
last
say
year,
that.
no,
That's offensive.
no, I'm defending Mike. But like last year, I don't know about you, but I was invested in every game that the Patriots were playing, even though you kind of knew after the first 6 weeks it was pretty much the season was written. But as a fan, that's kind of the beauty of it. You go through the dark times and the good times. So hopefully the Jets can turn around for the first time in 50 years. But I also get where it's like it should matter. Like that's kind of why you watch football and be a fan of these teams. But that's just my take.
Michael,
give me a cover and lose one time.
That's all I'm asking.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You guys were doing that early on in the season. You covered
Yeah,
against
I
a
was.
bunch of teams,
Yeah,
but it kind of.
well, that was when they were actually trying. There's also like the
you think this is
whole
an active tank?
Yeah, it kind of felt
100%.
like that.
Yeah, this was a rug pull. I felt like.
Yeah, like 5 weeks ago.
Also, I think I texted this in the group chat. If another Jets player touches Drake May in the helmet, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Like
I didn't even see that play, but I didn't see the play, but I saw like the reaction of Vrabel.
honestly, it wasn't even that crazy, but it was more just the
And then I saw also that the Pats blitzed in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter, like
Dude, they were
47% of the time.
not even that. It was right after where you guys had the ball with like 2.5 minutes left, I think. And we were calling timeouts to try and get the ball back just to like
Yeah.
shove it down your throat. Like, and we were already up like 5 scores. Like it was definitely like an absolute fuck you to the Jets for hitting Drake May. Like it was so apparent. And then even Barmore was getting a little chippy at the last play of the second or the first half. And then Vrabel had to be like, dude, like, sure, we want to defend our quarterback, but you can't be giving us these stupid penalties where you might get suspended for a game or something like that. But I mean, I don't really have many takeaways other than Drake looked phenomenal.
MVP right now, big favorite.
Yeah, I think it was minus
Drake was
400.
seen last night at a local friendly bar
That's fine.
That's
my
family
quarterback.
member works at, and allegedly there was he doesn't believe in tipping.
That's hype. keep the money for himself. I like it.
Listen, he earned all of his money, okay?
You heard it here first. Drake May does not believe in tipping.
Drake May could pour his own beer if he wanted to.
Go watch Reservoir Dogs and then tell me you believe in tipping, all right?
Yep, boom. Love that. Good job, Dub. I would bring it back to the overall Dubcast.
Yeah.
Little movie review section.
I didn't even ever do a review on Reservoir Dogs. But anyways, that's good. All right. We got 2 speed rounds we can go through here. I mean, not much to take away from a Pat's perspective.
I'm going to take a piss during this game. I don't give a shit about it.
Okay.
Titans were good. Both of these quarterbacks were
yeah.
Both of these this might have been like the rookie of the year.
Did you just say the Titans were good? Timeout. Did you just say the Titans were good?
They were. This was a good game. Yeah,
this was a good game.
That's the question right now is who's rookie. I think that's one of the more intriguing awards. Offensive rookie of the year. I say Shuck, but he's plus 140 right now. Tet is minus 140. We're giving it to Tet McMillan.
I would give it a Shuck, but the fact that
he hasn't played enough games. He's played like 9 games.
I'm done.
All right. Well, this was a good game. This was the one close game that they had at the end of red zone to show.
This is always like the good like 2 terrible teams play a good game at the end of the NFL season. Yeah. Like this happens every year. And it's always one of the better watches.
Saints are hot. I think the Saints have won 3 or 4 straight, right?
I think they've won 4, yeah. Because I was saying last week when Titans went up 17-0 or 13-0 in this game. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is right. The Saints can't be winners of 4 straight. And then they are.
Yeah, I mean, not much to take away. Titans maybe securing a draft pick. Speaking of securing a draft pick, the Las Vegas Raiders are in the driver's seat for the number 1 overall pick. Obviously, we filmed on Tuesday, so we didn't get a lot of the news on this one, but Brock Bowers pulled. Geno still unking it up at quarterback, so there you go for that. But this was kind of a moment in waiting for the Giants, who've lost a lot of games in a row, and they kind of moved down the draft order. I don't mind this from a Giants fan perspective. I was telling this to my friends who are Giants fans. When you have the quarterback, you don't need the pick, but people don't like that take for some reason.
People are saying the Giants might still take a quarterback.
They want, Colin Cowherd's like trade Mendoza for Jackson Dart. I mean, every year he just has one like trade take that gets him put on the list. But you don't want to lose games. Like
Cowherd's on your list?
No, he has a bad takes list that every year there's like last year he was like, why wouldn't you trade TJ Watt, like DK Metcalf, or not DK Metcalf, but like one of their wide receivers and 2 first-round picks to get Shedeur? It's like, just stop talking.
Shut the fuck
He's
up.
the boy though, but he just has one of those takes to like get social media attention. Anyway, back to the Giants. I don't care that you lose this game. Look at the Pats. The Pats had the driver's seat into the 1 overall pick last year at the 17, played a meaningless game against the Bills in 18. And won that game, got themselves the 4th pick. Oh, they happened to stumble upon Will Campbell, who's been a great left tackle. Who are the top 3 picks? Abdul Carter stunk. Cam Ward, there's been flashes, but we needed a quarterback.
Shitty.
We had a quarterback. Who's the number 2 pick? Travis Hunter. Injured. Okay, so there you go. Well, Will Campbell got injured too. But I don't think you need to tank for a draft.
Will Campbell play this week?
No.
His window's open.
He's been on the IR, yeah.
Yeah, his window opened up. But I don't think you need to tank. I mean, we don't have to spend too much time in this game. Obviously, pretty meaningless in the grand scheme of things. But from a Giants fan perspective, don't be all pissy that you won this game. And from a Raiders perspective,
yeah, make it 2 in a row, Giants. Come on, you got it.
Mendoza, I didn't watch this actual physical game, so I don't know if there's anything you guys wanted to add from this one.
I didn't watch it either.
Wandale had like 10 for 120 in the first half or something like that.
Wandale's a low-key like reception machine. He slept on that in that regard.
He's over 100 this year, I think. So definitely, yeah. Yeah, I have no thoughts on this game. Didn't watch a second of it.
I have no thoughts on the game either, but it's more kind of Dub's point. Like, if you're a relatively newer head coach, I mean, I don't know if they're going to stick with their interim after firing Dable, but just winning games is obviously the entire point of playing in this league. Like, it's not like you're going out there to purposely tank. And you also, even if you do tank, like, what are you going to do with that pick if you already have Jackson Dart, which I think has been one of the few bright spots in your entire roster this season? So it doesn't really make sense to me. Definitely establishes, a little bit of a culture there. But at the same time, I assume they're going to bring in a new head coach, not stick with the interim. But I don't know, like Dub's point, like you're in this league to win games. So I don't really understand the point of potentially trying to lose out. But
The interim kid's a joke, but look at the offense. Jackson Dart at quarterback, Cam Scatterbo running back. You can keep either Singletary or Tracy, probably Tracy, because Singletary's like
you got Neighbors coming back.
Neighbors.
So
Wandale has 1,000 yards and is tied for 8th in receptions this year.
like you're doing a lot of the shit.
Yeah,
Like, didn't Neighbors get hurt in like the first 2 to 3 weeks of the year? Like,
it was early. I don't know if it was that early, but
it was pretty. I mean,
It was
yeah,
pretty
probably.
early, yeah.
It was probably wasn't that early, but it was still early, and Jackson's Dart was still winning
I'm pretty
games
sure it was the
without
first
him.
game. It was the first game that Dart
Was
started,
in,
I
right?
think.
It
Yeah,
could have been,
that's
and then
fine.
Dart. Not a,
like
a
week 4
huge.
or 5.
I'm definitely not a huge Jackson Dart fan, like per se. Like I'm not a hype boy like that, but you can't not acknowledge like he has basically no help, and his main like other like sidekick, if you want to call him that, or best weapon was Scatterbo, who got hurt like not early but mid-season too. Like he's definitely adapted and he's found ways to win with this shitty roster, and I think that's something that you got to like build on moving forward for the next season. I wouldn't just try and lose out like Dub was saying in the previous take.
Yeah. All right, enough time on that game. We'll move to the big one of the 4 p.m. Obviously, Cam mentioned it off rip. Pats clinched the division. Go for 2. I don't mind the go for 2. Kind of a shit show of a game. Weather.
So bad.
Yeah, just an ugly game, which the Eagles tend to do, have ugly games against whoever they play. Respect to the Bills for driving down the field. I think they're still the team I'm most scared of the Bills, Texans, and Chargers, respectively, of those that three group. But big win by the Eagles, too. They built up a lead slowly, and then ultimately the defense held. Or, if you want to say it was a missed throw by Josh Allen, either way works, but guy can't be Superman.
Definitely a missed throw by Josh Allen, but the Eagles should have never let that happen. Jalen Hurts had 0 completions in the second half. They've won this year 2 games where he's had 0 second half completions. Like, I don't even know how that's a possible stat, but it is.
Defense is absurd. Why?
The defense is insane, yeah. I mean, I was watching this. Yeah, go ahead, Mikey.
I was just going to say, Josh Allen looked terrible in this game. Definitely hurt. I don't know, moving around, not great. They have done this all year where they have 10-point or more fourth quarter deficits and come back. This time, like, I get not kicking it, especially because, like, hurt quarterback, you don't want to risk injury and overtime and whatever. I don't know. I probably would have, like, if you're going for the division, then I feel like you go to overtime in that game, just based on how bad the Eagles were playing. But I also get it that you're not, like, it's not the end of the world if you're the whatever 6th seed or 7th seed like they're gonna be. Like,
well, you're making a big
they should still be like
lose the Dolphins, because the Patriots would need to lose a game at least.
Sure, but like I think if you're a Bills employee, coach, or whatever, you're thinking to yourself, I believe in this team to win against any first round team, and it doesn't matter if you're home or away. So,
yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of both these teams remind me of each other. Where it's definitely like very large expectations going into the year. Quarterback's been playing, I think Josh has been obviously playing a little bit better, but it's also just, when it comes to wins and losses in these games, like I feel like Josh hasn't really stepped up in the games that when you play against teams that you need to beat, he's kind of, dropped the ball and they play to the competition and lose. Same thing with Jalen. And it's interesting to see how these two teams matched up. And I thought it was very obvious that the Eagles defense is something you definitely don't want to fuck around with. I think the Eagles defense has been extremely consistent throughout the majority of the year. Bills, I can't say the same. And it's kind of like to that same point, I'm probably just going to keep hammering home. Like Dub said, like, sure, in the AFC East, especially, or the AFC in general, in the wild card race, that's probably the last team I'd want to face is the Bills because of Josh Allen. But at the same time, there's plenty of holes on this team, as if there's holes in any team in the AFC. So it was definitely a sign of, reassurance of the Patriots have a shot against any team that they play. But at the same time, if I'm putting money on one team that I would not want to face, it would be the Bills. The Bill, like Josh Allen take over a game. We saw it a few weeks ago, and he almost did it again in, kind of weird circumstances, a very defensive game. But I kind of disagree. I kind of like to go for two, end the game right there. You have the momentum on your side. And it was a good play call. Like he had, and that's a throw that Josh Allen usually makes. I don't know if he's banged up like Mikey was alluding to, but I don't know. I don't disagree with the play call. I just feel like it was mis-executed. But I mean, it's like I said, it's, if anything, this might be the Bills' year because of, the teams that are in the playoffs. But that's the last team I want to see coming to Foxborough.
Yeah, I mean, and our Drake May is probably the MVP this season, but is Josh Allen probably the best quarterback overall in the AFC right now? It's hard to pass that baton right now, but
yeah,
I'd be worried about that as well. So interesting game, kind of a muck it up spot from both sides, but we'll move ahead to Sunday night, another great game, good primetime game this week. 49ers, Bears, well, two good primetime games in the Sunday and Monday slot, but maybe Thursday and Saturday need an upgrade. Anyways, 49ers get the job done against the Bears. Sweater, right down to the finish line, stayed up and watched this one. I mean, it wasn't staying up that late, but I mean, great job by the 49ers to get the stop, but the Bears are just cardiac. Like, holy shit, they can just move right down the field. I'm ready to say Caleb Williams is legit. I texted my friend who's a Bears fan before they even started the last drive. I was like, I've been wanting to say over and over again, the Bears will lose, that they're not going to be good. They're just a fraud team right now. I don't care. I'm ready to say, the Bears are here to compete. I think they're on the same level as the Patriots. We don't know. We'll find out in the playoffs. We'll find out more about them. But I think it's so funny to look at last year where Jaden Daniels was like the main guy of that class. He's kind of fallen off. Now it's Caleb and Drake's class. So great game by both sides. Obviously, the 49ers, too. Got to give them the credit. Drove down the field on their side. And I was looking – well, I'll get into that later. But takeaways from this game. Hopefully you guys stay up and watch this because it's one of the better Sunday night games of the year, in my opinion.
So I was able to I didn't watch the entire game, but I watched the rest of the game after I fell asleep on the highlight portion of it. But it was definitely entertaining, high scoring. I think the one weakness I would say for both these teams is going to be the defense, not necessarily like taking a knock at the offense, but both of these teams, I feel like their defensive side of the ball is just not up to par with some of the defenses you have to face in the AFC. Mainly Houston and Denver, but I mean Brock Purdy looked incredible, and he was spreading the ball around. And then, like you said, Caleb. I've also kind of mentioned the comparison between the Bears and the Pats, where it's like, sure, they're outperforming what the expectations were, but how much is it really based on the schedule and the improvements that they've made? But definitely, I think this Bears team has played a lot tougher competition than the Patriots have. And it's kind of given me a little bit more respect for Caleb, but at the same time, always, I'd rather have Drake May versus a guy that paints his nails. So give me Drake 10 times out of 10.
Got to get that one in.
I had to, but that's
Michael, hitting football, did you stay up and watch this one?
I watched through the third quarter, so I caught most of it. I did not watch the end of this game.
It's all right.
Some of us need sleep.
What time do you wake up every day?
7.
I wake up before you, and I watched. But maybe
what a tough guy over here.
Maybe the lack of sleep has been deteriorating me mentally.
Probably why you got sick last week, brother.
I didn't get sick last week.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Anyways, Monday night, had this one from the jump. Falcons plus 7.5.
Terrible.
Almost blew it, which was absurd. I was hitting a late night workout. Got to work out 5 days a week. Fuck the NFL. Focus on yourself first. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Falcons win outright. Kirk Cousins. What do they have? 6 wins now, the Falcons?
Think so.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Good for them. I mean, Rams, I don't know if this is a loss you want right before the playoffs. Kind of just get your mind right and just start winning every game now. But takeaways from this one, obviously, big surprise here with the Falcons coming out victorious.
I think it was kind of definition of a trap game, and also kind of like you said, not necessarily a good loss, but it's definitely kicking the ass to get you ready for the playoff push. Especially when I think they're out of the number 1 playoff seed contention, right? It's between the Seahawks and the Niners in that matchup this week.
Yeah, Rams are out.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, even with that being said, I feel like that's something that they kind of needed. It's also kind of tough. Pretty sure Devontae was out this game. Not sure when he's coming back. But definitely something to, kind of wake you up. But obviously unexpected from this Arizona Cardinals or this Atlanta Falcons team. But yeah, I mean, definitely not something I'd take as encouragement from the Atlanta Falcons. I don't have much faith in them. I think it was just definition of a trap game, and the Rams went in overlooking them and played down the competition.
Michael?
Yeah, weren't the I mean, their seating was basically locked in before this game even started, right?
The Rams?
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a weird year to follow.
It was weird.
I'm pretty sure they were either locked. I'm pretty sure they were locked in, and there was thought that they might sit guys in this game. And I mean, if I'd known that, I don't know if I would have picked them because that was bad. But yeah, I mean, Falcons, good for you. You might not lose the division after the terrible start they had. But yeah, I don't really take anything.
I mean, it means comes from last, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Lose the division? Can we get a definition of that?
The Falcons losing the
coming last is, I assume, what you meant.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Dub's
not picking up what you're putting down. I got you.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
I'm frozen. I didn't they played everybody though. I mean, I was going against Stafford in fantasy.
I mean, they did, but
he's trying to see. They said Drake May is trying to get a charity MVP. Stafford didn't even fucking play this game.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Who's saying that?
We won't mention names. We'll talk about
Felger and Maz.
Off pod.
Felger and Maz prior. I don't even know what they're talking about. I haven't listened to them in a while.
They've been off for the holidays.
Yeah, Felger doesn't fucking show up in the month of December.
No.
All right, it's time. Week 18 is here. Luckily for us, we have a couple meaningful games, starting with 2 bangers on Saturday night. Big week for the spreads. Big week for, I said it last year on Week 18 stream. You can find some good bets if you're an avid NFL bettor. You can find your little spots to bet here, which we'll get into later with the Focus 5 and these spread picks. But starting it out, we have a divisional matchup for the division lead and the 4th spot in NFC South. It's the reeling Buccaneers against the Panthers, who have been a lot better than most people expected this year. Panthers going to Tampa minus 2.5. We saw these 2 teams play 2 weeks ago with the Panthers winning. Cam, you were winning before this week, so we'll give you that as the tiebreaker to start us out here. What do you got? Panthers at Buccaneers minus 2.5.
Yeah, I think I kind of alluded to it when we were doing the recap, but I kind of got all my chips on this Buccaneers team, and I have no faith in this Panthers team. Give me Tampa at half to take the division. I also have heard through Panthers fans bullshit.
Oh boy.
Mr. Areola, he's feeding me shit that I don't know if it's correct or not. I haven't done the correct research on that. But so he's telling me that the Panthers lose and the Falcons win. The Panthers still end up winning the division. Which I guess because the tiebreaker comes down to common opponent. But look into it because I haven't done it yet, but it sounds like a lot of bullshit excuse if you don't win this game. So with that being said, give me Tampa minus 2.5 at home. I just feel like I ride with this team. I still feel like they're the best team in that NFC South shitty division. And after Baker back-to-back losses, I feel like he's going to try and come out and end up putting on a performance. Prime time Saturday night.
According to this AI, he might be right.
Yeah.
If they beat the Saints and the weird Vegas spot where they're now favorites against the Saints in Atlanta, coming off a big win this week, so that would be really funny. Then don't put this game on. You should put that game on Saturday. Put the I guess it kind of rose the intrigue of this game. Yeah. Because if the Falcons beat the Saints, then the game.
Yeah, then it just that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Anyways, for my pick,
right.
I'm going off the what I've been going off the past couple weeks. Just fade the Bucks at every opportunity. I'm going with the Panthers plus 2.5. Trust in Bryce Young. Probably maybe top 15 quarterback, maybe top 20. We don't even have to put numbers behind.
Maybe top 20. That's so sad.
He doesn't have to do much though. I mean, I feel like
He was a number 1 overall pick like 4 years ago, and then it's like, oh, good job, you're maybe a top 20 quarterback.
It was 3 years ago. This is year 3 for Bryce Young. He's shown a
Okay.
solid improvement in wins and stats every year. People wanted to throw him out of the league 2 years ago at the end of his rookie year, which I hate.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
I know you didn't, but
Okay.
people in general, we get one bad Bryce Young game.
You are people in general, Cam.
Yeah, exactly.
When I think of people in general, I think of you. No, but I think the Panthers win this game on the road. It's going to be a tough one. I just think there's no. I think Todd Bowles must have lost the locker room like halfway through the season or something. There's no explanation for why this Bucks team isn't better. Been in the playoffs the last 2 years, losing to teams like the Falcons and the Dolphins, and you're gonna I don't even want to see this. I don't even know if I want to watch this game because it's going to be ugly. But I'm taking the Panthers.
One of the most entertaining games of the week. What the fuck are you going to watch instead?
It's going to be a rock fight. I don't watch football. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a rock fight. I'm going to watch, for the division, for Carolina, for Bryce Young. I'm a Bryce Young supporter, and I can't back away from my fade. The only team I've banned this year is the Buccaneers. So we continue on with that train, going Panthers plus 2.5. Michael, you have a tied break. What you got?
I got Panthers on this as well.
Let's go. Bryce Young country.
I had him making the division, or not making the division, making the playoffs in the pregame or the preseason pod. My English isn't working. So yeah, we're rocking with it. I might even throw a little Atlanta in a couple games as well to make sure that they make the playoffs. But
how funny would that be if the Bucks win this game by like 20 and then LA
they end up
so it doesn't even matter.
That would be hilarious.
So who would the Rams be the 5 seed in that rematch of Rams?
I don't think so. I mean, who else is in that? It would be the losers of Seattle and San Fran.
Yeah, that would be that team. Then probably that would go to Seattle or to go to Carolina, which we just saw Seattle play Carolina. Which
I was telling Mr. Areola, I just can't wait for you to get your doors blown off if you make the playoffs. But I mean, they played a relatively tight game at home against Seattle, and they ended up beating the Rams at home too. So I don't want to jinx myself, but at the same time, I just don't think that they can compete in the playoffs. I think it's a different animal. But
Panthers Nation, we got 2 chances to get in. I don't even know about that.
I love how you're on Panthers Nation, and I live in Charlotte, and I'm probably the most anti-Panthers.
Yeah, well, you're like an environmental. You react to the environment. All right, well, there we go. Speak of big games for the 1 seed. Seattle at 49ers plus 1.5. Give me one of the hottest teams in the sport right now, the San Francisco 49ers. I don't trust Sam Darnold in big spots. We saw him lose this exact game to Detroit last year. Obviously, better defense, maybe better weapons on offense. Well, just one weapon in JSN. JSN versus Jettas.
I was going to say, I'm definitely taking Justin and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson over anybody else on that Seattle roster.
Yeah, so... And you had the Brian Flores defense. I just think this lines up for the 49ers where everyone looks up and holy shit, the 49ers are the 1 seed where, they kind of came out of nowhere. People were talking about them as a sleeping giant. They've become the sleeping giant. They've won big games. They beat the Bears last week. That was low-key, could be a 1 versus 2 matchup in the NFC. So I trust the 49ers more at this point. Kittle's back this week. I saw from the touchdown odds. Looks like he's going to play. Purdy's been white hot. Dude's been insane right now. So I got to go. Yeah, at home too, in front of the 49er faithful. From a narrative perspective, I think it makes more sense for the Seahawks to win this game. But for my heart and for my head, what I think is going to happen, I'm going with the 49ers plus 1.5. Plus, we get the plus 1.5 too at home. What are we doing? Home dogs. Michael, what do you got for this one? Your boy, your doppelganger, some say, Sam Darnold, gets a minus 1.5 in San Fran. What are you thinking here?
Are we sure that what else has to happen for the 49ers to win the 1 seed?
I'll look it up.
I have playoffs or NFL schedule simulator up, and I'm still getting Seattle. Seattle is the 1 seed. But I'm taking Seattle.
Even if they lose?
Yeah. Because then they'd have the same record. And they beat them earlier in the year, didn't they?
Who beat who?
Seattle.
San Fran beat. Oh,
I don't
so
know.
then it's the same situation as that Carolina.
It's like
Tampa game?
it's like the similar opponents or the strength of
Common,
schedule or something. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, I'm taking Seattle here. Revenge game. We saw Sam against LA 2 weeks ago put up a shit fest in the first half and come back and get things done in the fourth quarter. Could see that happening again. 49ers defense has not been good. A lot of shit talk about Salah, which I love to hear. And yeah, give me all that Seattle.
I'm going with UW. Just to correct, you got San Fran plus 1.5. Is that what the line's at?
Yep.
Really? Yeah, I had him at. I thought it was minus 1.5. I must have misread it, but give me San Fran basically within that to pick them. The majority of the times we talk about within 3 points. San Fran at home, kind of like Dub said perfectly. This reminds me too much of the Sam Darnold era in Minnesota last year, where he's been outperforming relative expectations, been playing extremely well, have the opportunity to get the 1 seed, end up losing, and then from there, just absolute downfall. Not necessarily saying that this is the end of the playoff run for the Seattle Seahawks, but I just like San Fran here. Prime time, at home, plus 1.5, home dog. Give me San Fran, please.
So I ran the playoff simulator for everything I think is going to happen this week, and San Fran's number 1.
Oh.
I looked at scenarios. Let's see. I don't know. Well, so Seattle won the first game. Let's see.
We're sure about that?
You are saying that. They might have beat the Seattle Seahawks. Number 1 seed.
No, they lost to them week 1, so yeah. I think it is. I think it's just a win.
Why is
kind of a little bit of a sidebar is I feel like Shanahan might be up for Coach of the Year with a lot of the injuries he's had to deal with, and then especially Ayuk, like arguably your number 1 receiver, being out for the entire year. If you watch him in fantasy, didn't play a single fucking snap. But I mean,
it's gotta be Cohen. Is he the leader in the clubhouse?
No, that's Cohen. But no, Khan's the owner. Are you talking about the Jags?
Yeah,
Cohen. I said
Liam
Cohen.
Cohen's the coach.
Oh, I thought you said Khan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Vrabel minus 140.
Yeah, that's what I was
plus
going to say.
190. Mike McDonald plus 750. Cohen plus 1,200.
All right. Where's the first?
I'm still trying to find these 49ers clinching scenarios. Anyways,
if Vrabel's going to win Coach of the Year, that's some BS.
How? Tell me how.
Yes.
I don't want to hear from the Jets propaganda on NFL sucks, but I do an NFL gambling podcast once a week.
Yeah, San Francisco clinches the NFC West divisional title, a first-round bye and home field advantage with 1 San Francisco win. So your information is wrong.
I guess so.
You've been talking to Mark too much.
Send me the link of yours.
Send me the link.
It's NFLPlayoffScenarios.com. It's literally the AFC. The 49ers can either be the 1 seed, the 5 seed, the 6 seed. The Seattle Seahawks can either be the 1 seed or the 5 seed. Rams could be 5 or 6. That's it. Green Bay 7, and then Chicago and Philadelphia are fighting for 2 and 3. We'll move ahead to more interesting stuff, like the Titans facing off against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So interesting, yeah.
Jaguars at home minus 12.5. Michael, we start with you.
Quick pick here. What do we got?
Titans at
Give me
Giants.
Titans.
Reasoning?
No.
This is like Suits. You have to give a reason and be like a court.
It was court ordered for me to take the Titans. I think that the Jags are not going to try really hard in this game.
Did the Jags pull like a late or early 2020s Colts and just lose right when they need to, even though they already made the playoffs?
I don't know, but the Titans have strung a few offensive games together. You never know.
Give me the
Cam,
Jags
12.5
minus.
is
Give
a
me
lot
the
of
Jag. Give me the
points.
Jags minus 12.5 because they're playing the Titans. That's my reasoning.
No, that's it.
Yep,
Yep.
they're playing the Titans at home. Give it to me, please and thank you. Might
Give
handle
it
right.
to him.
Well, you might
Give it
see
to
that in the
him, Cub.
DOUF, by the way.
Well, I've got a tie to break. Two tough teams to pick behind. The Titans have been playing really strong as of late. They've
Come on,
got
do it. Do it.
they've got some real talent.
They
I'm
do.
gonna go.
They've got some real. They're gonna get the all-time all-purpose yards in a season leader.
Who?
DK.
Oh, Jameer DK. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very impressive achievement for him.
I'm getting a migraine listening to you talk about the Titans.
No, I'm going with the Jags minus 12.5.
You're a capper.
The Titans have been playing too well as of late for them to continue on. It's over.
That makes me angry. When's the last time they won a game? And then we're
Like
talking
2
about how
weeks.
they're
We're not
playing
talking
too
about winning
well.
and
They're
losing
playing
here.
too well, but they haven't won a
We're
game.
not talking about winning and losing. We're talking
This
about
isn't about winning
spreads,
and losing.
buddy.
They didn't cover against the Saints. They beat. By the way, they won a game 2 weeks ago against the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't forget.
Oh, with what?
Many of you have forgotten that happened.
Y'all forget that happened.
With Udabuke at quarterback.
No, I'm predicting the final score. I think this is like Jags 42, Titans 17, something like that.
I think it's 30-21.
It's possible. No, I think Jags though. This is actually like a well strategically placed game by the NFL because you have the Pats and the Broncos playing, and I think actually let me pull up the NFL scenario site.
425, yeah.
Can the Jags still get the 1 seed technically?
I think so if both of them lose.
How do you work this site, Dub?
You just scroll and
Yeah.
see all the scenarios. Okay, there's a ton of fucking AFC scenarios. Holy shit. Yeah, they're alive for the 1 seed. So you have to try and the Jags are a team that could have every seed except for the last 3, and they're still worried of the Texans winning the division. So this is like a put your foot on the gas. Definitely hammer the Jaguars in the spot. Titans might be tanking for a draft pick. Now that I'm seeing this graphic, I don't know, Michael, if this makes you want to change your pick, but with no changing picks allowed,
Nope.
pick the Titans plus 12.5. All right, confident in the pick.
12.5 is too many points.
They need this game.
This Titans team, they've got a little fight in them.
I need this game for one of my only 2 futures. I didn't even talk about it. 49ers to win the division, Jaguars to win the division. So if we get those 2, at least one of those 2, we'll be chilling. Alrighty.
That's coming down to it, both of them.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are on the line this last week of the NFL season. Well, we're starting with Cam next picks. Anything else you want to add on the Titans rookie campaign?
I just love the Titans and all they've done this year.
Team to watch next year, Titans?
Titans might have to bet they're over again next year when we
No matter what the number is.
preseason pod. It could be 12.5.
Over.
You never know.
What if Vrabel wants to go back there?
Vrabel might want to go back there, bring reunion with Tannehill. You never know.
Win a Super Bowl with the Pats, just dip to Titans.
I feel like
I can hear everything you're saying. I don't know
like-
why you're trying to rage bait me right now. There's no reason to do that. Vrabel isn't going anywhere. The Titans are going to win 5 games.
What are you talking about? Why do you think we're rage baiting you? You're crazy.
Why are you so fired up, man? It's just a picks podcast.
I think Liam Cohen should be coach of the year, and
well, Vegas disagrees with you. He's plus 1,200.
That's crazy. If they get the 1 seed, how is he not coach of the year?
Will they get the 1 seed though?
Yeah, because the Pats suck, Broncos suck.
So the Pats suck, but they beat your team by 45 points. How does that work?
They didn't even score 45 points. All right.
Yeah, so it's
Can we
simple
move to the next game before I break my pen?
It's simple for the Jags. Just win.
Go break the couch
and
again.
Pats lose.
I don't know. But
I might just fucking form tackle
All
my
right,
couch
well,
at this point.
We're staying with the AFC South. Colts, we kind of gave Phillip Rivers his flowers before he goes. It's going to be Riley Leonard this week in Houston. Houston's still alive for the number
Division.
3.
Yeah. I'm
3
trying to look at
seed.
their seed possibilities. They can be either 3, 5, 6, or 7. So what do you think about this game, Cam? This one moved from 10 to 10.5. What do you got?
Kind of going off that Jags Titans game. Both team like the Jags have to make sure they win the division, never mind the 1 seed. So they're going to be playing. Houston's making a run for the divisional win. So give me Houston minus 10.5 here. I think Riley Leonard honestly might be, a lesser. I don't want to say talented quarterback than Phillip Rivers, but Phillip's obviously run the offense pretty well since he's taken over. But it's going to be a unique situation for him last game of the year against the number 1 defense in the league. And I like Houston at home here. Give me Houston minus 10.5, even though I don't love their offense. I just think they can, dominate on the defensive side of the ball and make it a pretty wide margin on their side.
The Texans, to me, this season are like the Chiefs last year. They don't cover big spreads unless you're playing one of the worst 2 teams in the NFL. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts to cover 10.5 points. Riley Leonard is not like Phillip Rivers at all, but you know who he is like? Daniel Jones. What do you think I was going to say?
Nothing. No.
Matthew Stafford, I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, Riley Leonard was made a big point of last year on the pod, said he had a crying face. I think he shows a little something here. I don't know why he was benched for Phil. I think they should just let him ride. I guess you're still in the playoffs, whatever. But
He's banged up.
Yeah. 10.5. In my opinion, 10.5 is too much for this game. I do believe in the Texans defense. I don't believe in the offense, though. I don't think they can blow this team out. Especially the Colts have been very competitive over the last couple of weeks. Close game with the Jags, close game with the Seahawks. We're in it against the 49ers. Rivers. Yeah, but, Riley Leonard can emulate Daniel Jones. Michael, we go to you to break the tie here. What do you got? Colts plus 10.5 in Houston.
Give me Colts. It could be 10-0. That could be the final score.
Fair.
10-2.
Could be 10-2. I don't know what the over-under in this game is. If it's more than 40,
I think it's like high 30s.
It's 39.5.
Yeah. I feel like that's an easy under.
Whoa! Don't spill the.
Well, they're not in. They're not here. Don't worry.
We do have 5 viewers. They could be one of them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an easy decision to make on the over/under.
Thanks.
But yeah, I'm not in love with this Texans team. I haven't been all year. They are winners of like 6 or 7 straight, I think. But they haven't looked great in a lot of those games. And the Colts, their defense is pretty good. They got Sauce back last week. Sauce is
right
2-14 this year. Jets have a better record than Sauce. Just saying.
Sauce
was the problem.
I heard that on PMT. Sauce hasn't won a game since like October.
Yeah, they won the first game that he played in.
I love how it's all on his shoulders. Like Sauce hasn't won a game. It's like he plays cornerback.
It's just a funny stat. It's just a throwaway stat. Michael's probably like, haha, we won the trade. Sauce hasn't won shit.
No, I'm not like that, but they did win the trade because they got a friggin' haul. But
right.
Fair.
And the Colts are going to be terrible next year. So, yeah, give me that.
I don't know about all that.
They're going to give Daniel Jones a bag, and he's going to turn back into Daniel Jones.
Turn back into Daniel Pumpkin. All right. Somehow Instagram's still running. Usually we only get an hour with them, but someone did comment Ohio State or Miami.
You paid for...
I didn't pay for shit. I hope I didn't pay for shit.
The Dubcast is moving up in the world.
I had something else open. Anyways, someone commented Ohio State or Miami. We will get into the college picks at the end of the stream. Don't want to just say it now.
We all will.
Ruins the intro. Oh, Michael joining the college football playoff.
Okay. Well, now he's locked in. He needs to find his quarterback.
I'm locked in.
We need your pick for Alabama, Indiana. Anyways, we can kind of just skip through this one. 2 teams out of the playoffs, NFC East battle.
All the picks matter. Come on, Dub. You guys are tied at the top of the standings. They do matter,
but I'm going to go with
the team. Did you skip one, Dubby?
Which one?
Cleveland, Cincy?
Oh.
Jeez, I gotta have to hold the host accountable.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered if you guys.
Thanks for producing, Mr. Lindenberger.
Yeah,
it wouldn't matter if you guys are so hell bent on the order. Anyways, Browns, Bengals, another meaningless one. Bengals minus 7.5. All picks matter though. I'm going with the Bengals minus 7.5. I just think for the Browns, it's hot and cold streaks. You lose 31-3 to the Bears, and then you beat the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Bengals cover this one. They've looked honestly pretty good with Joe at quarterback. Doesn't seem like the defense is even a problem. Well, it is a problem, but it doesn't matter that much when you're scoring like 40 to 50 points a game. I do think Myles Garrett gets the sack record because that Bengals offensive line is atrocious. So maybe that'll be like a shining moment of this 1 o'clock slate. But I got the Bengals covering 7.5. I did like them better at 7, but we'll take the 7.5 too. Michael, what do you think?
I'm gonna take Browns here. Give me the Browns.
You're just going. He's just going like anti whatever. He's just not gonna say.
I'm going anti.
Contrarian view out of Michael.
I appreciate the defense. And the Bengals, like, sure, they've looked good, but like at this point, why are they trying? Sure, I mean, if they wanted to, I feel like they could put up big numbers on this team, but I don't really see it. I feel like this is just like a shit game where nothing really happens and they win by 6 points or something like that.
All right.
I could see that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to side with W here. I just feel like the Bengals offense since Joe's come back has definitely looked different, and kind of going on that same sentiment that he meant with Cleveland being up and down. Obviously, a huge win last week, kind of a letdown spot. Kind of means nothing game, but it's at Cincy divisional matchup. Way better offense. Give me Cincy here -7.5.
Okay. To the game I was just on, another meaningless one. NFC East. Well, every game matters. But Michael, we start with you. Giants getting some love from Vegas, coming down from 5.5 to 3.5 in New York. What do you think here?
Give me the boys.
Do you need the Giants to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't. I mean, sure.
He's trying to get above 500, W.
Yeah, we're trying to get back in this thing. I feel like Giants fans are like whatever on I don't really know because I haven't talked to many, but
You saw one Reddit post.
I feel like you were saying before, they're in the same-ish spot as the Pats were last year where they feel like they have the quarterback and that super high pick, like whether it's 2 or 4 or 3, like doesn't really matter because they're not looking for that one guy. And I feel like for this young team, wins could matter. But on the other hand, the Cowboys are just a better team. They have more weapons. They have a better quarterback. And the Giants and the Jets are horrible at home. So give me the Cowboys.
Okay. Cam?
I'm going with the Giants here. I really like that at +5.5, but obviously it dropped down to 3.5. But divisional matchup couldn't be a close one, I would hope. And I think the home team prevails for two teams that obviously have no hope in the playoff race. But obviously the Giants have a little bit more to play for in the draft hunt, going for an earlier pick. But Mikey kind of alluded to it. You're not really trying to, at this point, you're not focused on that when you already have your guy, what you think is your guy at quarterback position. So I think you try and establish a little bit of a winning culture there. I think I got the Giants here +3.5.
Yep, I got the Giants +3.5. The Cowboys, to me, just feel like a team that doesn't really cover spreads, especially when they're the favorite. I'm looking at some stats. 1 and 3.
Oh, he brought the stats.
Stats, man.
I looked this up because I'm like, no way they're that good. 1 and 3 on the road as favorites this year, covering the spread. So 1 and 3 at the spread, 7-9 overall. I think that the 2-point jump in a couple of hours is weird to me. There might be some maybe like Dak
A lot of
Prescott's
heavy money on the Giants.
Well, not even money, just like Dak Prescott's going to be on ice. Like it is Tuesday. We haven't acknowledged that. A lot of things could change. We don't even know who's starting and playing. Well, we have an idea, but we don't know for sure. Javante got hurt last game. It's I think this is a high scoring game. I think this comes. I mean, can we not forget the Moonball game? This was a cinematic first game between these two teams. So
that was an awesome game.
It was awesome. So I think the Giants cover 3.5. Seems very short, but in the grand scheme of things, Cowboys at home to Giants. I don't think the Giants care about a draft pick. We saw that last week, just decimating the Raiders. Giants +3.5 is the pick here for me. We have a comment from the chat. let's do the college picks. So once again, we're being rushed through our only actual
Disrespect
segment.
Halfway
Yeah.
through the fucking normal seg, dude.
I was listening to last year's Week 18, and it was just Allie and Greg in the chat the whole time being like, do the college picks now. And there wasn't even like the games had just finished. Anyways,
It's honestly kind of rude if you ask me.
Yeah, interrupting the pod. Come on.
we will get to college picks. Don't worry. We have more.
You should worry actually, because we might skip it this week.
Well, you just committed to picking, so we're definitely skipping it this week.
My fault.
Oh, true.
So another one that's meaningless in playoff regards, with the Packers being locked into the 7th seed. So the Vikings get a big win last week against the Lions in prime time. Cam, we start with you this time. What do you think? Packers at Vikings -6.5.
I'm going with the backup. Give me Green Bay plus 6.5.
Could this be a Clayton Tune game?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Clayton
assume
Tune
nine isn't playing though, right? It's gonna be what's his
I
name?
don't think so.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, if we're doing third string quarterback situation, I think the roster overall is gonna be better on the Green Bay side of the ball, and plus 6.5 in the divisional matchup this late in the season for a team that's looking to make a playoff push. I feel you're trying to get momentum, especially when you're a wild card team, knowing that you're going to be a wild card team. You want to get in there, not hot, but you want to be, in a good spot for Green Bay. Maybe rattle off maybe a win or two in a row. I like Green Bay here plus 6.5.
Yeah, this is kind of a choose your own adventure game where you don't really know who's playing quarterback. I saw JJ is still potentially in the fold. I would guess it's Brosmer though, just keep him on ice. And then Willis, you don't know if he's going to play. It could be Clayton too. And I think this is a rock fight, ugly ass game. I'm also going to go with the Packers plus 6.5. I'm not trusting either 9 or Brosmer to cover some more than 6.5. I don't really understand the logic of this Vegas one putting us at 6.5. I think this would be like even a 3.5. I'd be like, okay, I see where you're coming from. I just think that's way too many points, 6.5. And if this is one that burns me, so be it. But I feel like low key the past 2 seasons NFL wise, I'm overthinking shit. You got to just go with what's easy. Packers are going to be in the playoffs. Yes, they may not be playing most people, but I like the Packers defense and backups against any quarterback that the Vikings put out there, no matter what the day. So I'm going Packers plus 6.5. Michael, group ride, or are you going with the Vikings?
Give me the Vikings.
Going against the grain.
Give me the contrarian. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Really educated, strong picks from Michael.
I mean, if you're looking at this, like you just said, why are the Vikings 6.5 point favorites?
No, that's the Vegas angle. I respect it.
Yeah, that's my reasoning.
Okay. All right. We'll keep it moving to another meaningless one. Last meaningless one before the 4 p.m. slate. Saints at Falcons.
The last meaningless one before the next meaningless one.
No, these games the next ones all have somewhat of
All right.
implications. I'm going with the Saints plus 3.5. Team's hot as fire. I don't really know what the spread is in this game. I guess maybe people think the Falcons will try their ass up to kick out the Panthers of the playoffs. Maybe that's the reasoning behind this one. I like the Saints at plus 3. I love them at plus 3.5. NFC South, always close games. So I'm going to go with Shuck, who I think is honestly at this point better than Kirk Cousins has been. And, Kirk Cousins has some good wins over the Rams and a couple weeks ago. But I'm going Saints plus 3.5. Michael, what do you think?
I'm also going Saints on this. Yeah, you just said it. I'd take Shuck over Kirk, and I feel like the Saints are gonna be trying to win this game, make it 5 straight to end the year, momentum into next year. Don't know if they stay with Shuck at quarterback going into next year.
That was gonna be my question. Do you think
it gives you the option to, because of no matter the stats, he's winning games. You got to take that into account. And he's been good. It's not even been he's just winning shit games, like Shedeur winning while throwing for 42 yards. He had a 300-yard game last week. He had 300 yards against the Jets. He's been a good quarterback this year. So I like it.
Cam, will you be turning this into a group ride?
I will. Yeah, first team ride of the night, I think. It's more in the sense that I don't think Carolina's going to make the playoffs is the reason why I'm picking the Saints to win this game, as we talked about.
All right, come on, give them
Well,
some
no,
hope
I mean,
at least.
no. If we talked about it, I mean, if Carolina loses and Atlanta wins, then Carolina still wins the division. But however, I just think that I can't foresee the Carolina Panthers being hosting a home playoff game. So give me
At 8-9 or whatever they would be.
exactly, yeah. So give me Tampa minus 2.5, and then on top of that, I love the Saints at what was it plus 2.5 earlier. I'll take them at plus 3.5. I think I like a money line. So give me the Saints here.
Yeah, I don't really understand this line at all, but
Yeah, me either.
It's week 18. Find your spots. All right, on to the 4 p.m. slate where they gave us like 6 games. Starting with the hometown's crew, the New England Patriots at home against Quinn Ewers and the Dolphins. Obviously, Quinn got that big win over Tampa Bay last week. Cam, we start with you. What do you got here?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep continuing what I've been doing this whole year. It seems like it's worked out pretty well for me and Pats fans in general, especially Dub, the host of the Dubcast. But give me the Pats here minus 10.5. Especially the way against the Jets. No offense, Mikey. It was definitely like there's
No offense taken.
There's no other
He's off
reason
his rocker tonight.
to not put this team away early, and I have a funny feeling that the same thing's going to happen. Granted, Miami plays them funny, but that's usually in Miami. Now you got them wait in New England, so I like
Cold
New England
weather
minus.
Dolphins.
Excuse me.
Cold weather Dolphins.
Yeah, I
know
don't.
what it's gonna be like for this game, but
Yeah, I
I feel
can't
like
imagine
it's
it's
not
going
going to be cold. But
26 degrees.
hey, taking the Dolphin. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I just think that Drake May continues his performance and hopefully, only has to play the first half like week, or a little bit into the third quarter, one drive or two. But I'm hoping for the same situation that happened last week, and it kind of, writing's on the wall. New England's pushing for that 1 seed. We're going to see what Denver does in that same 4 o'clock slate. So it's going to be interesting. But for the sake of the game, I'm giving New England minus 10.5 here.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, that's what you get for marrying Cardi B. Bad influence.
That's what we're going with. Okay.
Yeah, it's Cardi B's
that-
fault, not Stephon's fault.
You know that video of all of his teammates in Minnesota being like, I would not let Stephon Diggs date my sister?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
What about it?
Nothing.
I mean, if he
Just
was spending less
reminder.
time with Cardi B and more time with Drake, I mean, imagine the season he would have had. But
Okay. Diggs has he almost has 1,000 yards.
yeah, he's at like 900 something.
970.
Is he going to be like what is the situation here?
He goes to court the week before the AFC Championship game, I think.
So he's going to be playing until the court arraignment.
It's 2 days. It's like Friday, January 21st or something. So
Does that make you like happy? You like having a convict on your team?
okay.
It's alleged. It's alleged.
Everything's up in there right now. There's no, we'll let the court
At least we're
decide.
in the playoffs before you start throwing shit from your glass castle. All right, buddy.
Innocent until proven guilty.
My
Okay?
glass castle
Yeah.
is built on
Losing,
societal.
losses. Yeah.
American societal morals, like innocent until proven guilty. Anyways, I'm gonna. So
He baited me into that. All right. Don't get mad at me.
From a neutral fan perspective, I would be considering the Dolphins in this spot. But I picked the Patriots every week, and they just keep covering most of the time. So I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Have you?
minus 10. Yeah,
I know Cam has. Have you?
I've done it a lot this year. I'm going to go through their schedule. I think I picked them every single week.
I think he
actually.
has been pretty much riding with me.
I definitely picked them last week. I picked them against the Ravens. I think I just give the same spiel every week. Like I probably should just take the other side, but I'm not going to. I definitely picked them against the Bills because they need boots on the ground. Picked them against the Giants. Picked them against the Bengals. They didn't even cover. Picked them against the Jets the first time. Yeah, I picked them like every single game, I think. Besides, it was a good pick.
Bad pick. All right.
I think I haven't picked him. I'm gonna have to go through and check.
See,
Actually,
Mike's just trying to rage bait me right now, and I'm not. I'm not.
Well, can
in the
you
mood
blame him?
for it.
His teams took a historic loss. I said it was
That's
one of the
not
most
my
subjective-
fault. I
No,
don't
it's not.
understand.
Nah, that's not even a historic loss.
This
Come
is
on, we've
this
had
is how
worse.
this is how he finds fun in football. Is trying, and you have to respect it because we would be doing the same thing if it was the other way around. I'm going with the Pats minus 10.5. I think this gets ugly early, hopefully, for the Patriots, like Cam was saying. Maybe like a 17-0 start like last week, and then Quinn, I think Quinn will be better than Brady Cook. But I don't know if you iced.
Don't
Is that a
give
crazy
Brady Cook
take?
shots. Come on.
Quinn Ewers was on the doorstep of the college football championship last year. He's a good quarterback. I don't see that in Brady Cook as of yet. Does that help?
As of ever. How about that? Period.
I think Brady Cook went to Mizzou, and they were pretty good.
He did. He was on the cover of one of the those little card boxes I opened. Anyway, I'm going with the Patriots minus 10.5. Cold weather Dolphins. Quinn Ewers come down spot after last week's win. Michael, you're tied to break or group ride potentially, or break it up. And every time you've tried to jinx the Patriots, it hasn't worked. So don't consider that when you're making your pick.
I have never tried to jinx the Patriots.
Every week you do it.
No, of course you
No,
have.
that's not true.
Last
I
week
don't
you
do
did
that.
it. Yeah.
I took the Pats last week. I said to take them.
Yeah, you jinx it by being like, oh, let's group ride the Patriots. Easy win.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have that in my blood.
Anyways,
I'll be taking the Dolphins here.
that's fine. That's good, actually.
I think the Pats do the same thing that they did against the Jets. They play the first half and then sit everyone in the second half. Maybe we get.
We played like
backdoor
3.5
cover.
quarters, but okay.
Backdoor cover, Dolphins. Give me it.
I feel like backdoor cover is so overrated because when have we even seen a backdoor cover this season?
At least this year, especially, you haven't seen
Yeah.
it that often. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're due.
So it's gonna okay.
We're
Well,
due.
we get 18. Okay.
Move to the next game before I lose my shit.
For the 1 seed, Chargers benching
I
Herbert.
feel like you're very easily influenced on your picks and
I am.
your mental state.
Oh yeah, my mental state, my reactions. Yeah, not my picks. My picks are locked and loaded, but I have them written down right in front of me. But the reactions definitely, very reactionary.
So we have the Chargers and the Broncos. No Herbert. I'm trying to look up who's the quarterback for the Chargers. Does anyone know? Is it Easton Stick?
Oh, I don't know. That was at least a couple years ago.
I'm trying to look at it. It doesn't matter. I'm taking the Broncos minus 12.5. It's Trey Lance. Yeah, that'll go.
Oh, give me Trey Lance and the Chargers.
Actually, Mikey, I'm with you. I'm doing this based on my heart, not my head. Give me
What if the
the
Broncos covered 12.5 points? Like,
When they need to win the 1 seed. Last year when they had the same exact scenario to get into the playoffs and they beat the Chiefs 31-0.
Did they play Trey Lance?
No, they played
Okay.
Carson Wentz on the.
Boom. Give me Trey Lance and the Chargers.
also
plus
they're
12.
already in the playoffs.
Yep. They're riding
Yeah, they don't
on
want
their
only
high
seed
horse
that
Broncos seat.
They
And
do
then,
all the
you know what? They're
stupid
going to
shit.
choke.
They are the stupid shit team.
Agree.
I got one person. My screen's inverted. I got one person who's just making picks based off their heart, which is fine. And I think Mikey's still doing like the anti-Nathaniel Hackett, Russell Wilson beef from the Aaron Rodgers days. So y'all got it. Trey Lance will cover 12.5. I'll rue the day.
Perfect.
That'll be great for me. I don't care if I lose this pick. We'll get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You're just a hater. Come on.
Me? I'm trying to give people opportunities and people a chance. Y'all are like, JJ McCarthy sucks. Dylan Gabriel sucks. Come out of the league. Blah, 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 blah.
I didn't say that. I don't know who you're pointing fingers at, but
The people who know who I'm talking about. All right. Michael, there's one last game for you to pick for your favorite team. Brady Cook and the New York Jets head into Buffalo +7. We're starting with you this pick. What do you think here happens? Jets Bills +-7.
It's a real good question.
Is
The
it?
Jets have combined to lose the last 5 games by like 140 points.
is that a fact? Can we get that
I think
confirmed?
that's a little bit of hyperbole, but it's probably pretty close.
That's insane.
I will be taking the Billiams with Cardi B as quarterback.
All right.
With Mitchell Trubisky as quarterback, doesn't matter. Bills by a lot.
Cam?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Bills are starting to find their form here, especially after that tough loss. I feel like this is a definition of a get-right spot for them going into the playoff push, especially at home against a team that has nobody on defense other than undrafted rookies. So give me Buffalo here -7.
Jets last 4 games, combined losses of 107 points.
Pretty close. I said last 5 games, so I said 5.
They won against the Falcons
Ah, damn.
5 games ago.
Still, I mean, brutal stat.
If you want to throw another 13 points for the Ravens loss, that's 140 or 120.
That's why I'm saying it's the most aggressive tank they've ever had in their lives.
Well, finally a result to something. The future awaits your something. I don't know. I'm going with Bills. I'm going with the Bills -7 group ride. I'd take Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. I'd take Mike White at quarterback. I'd take
Mike White revenge game. That would be electric.
He played. I went last year, week 18 against the Patriots. He got into that game. I don't know.
That is a thing. That is a thing that the teams have been doing. If you want to take a bet, first time these teams played, Elijah Moore scored for the Bills.
Mike White anytime?
It could happen.
Does he have legs?
He might not.
It's Mike White. All right. We'll keep moving. Meaningless game. I don't know why this is at 4 with all the other games that mean shit. The Chiefs at the Raiders +5.5. Cam, we start with you. What do you got?
Give me Kansas City -5.5. Just the worst team in the NFL, trying to lock up that number 1 seed. I think last week's pod, I tried to, advocate for Gabe. Hopefully they can establish a little bit of a winning culture, but, especially with Brock Bowers out, I think he's out this week. I know he left the game early.
He's IR. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. So I don't know who you put out Kansas City at quarterback, but I mean, I just can't see this Chiefs team losing to the Raiders. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs -5.5.
I don't see this Chiefs team losing to the Raiders, but I don't see them covering against the Raiders. I got the Raiders +5.5. Gino, just feel like the spread's way too wide. Home dogs +5.5. I don't know. I think 5.5 is too many points. I think this comes down to a field goal, 2-point conversion. Maybe the Raiders do like a Lovie Smith tank where they just kind of throw it away at the end. But I don't see a Ludicon beating the Raiders by more than 5.5. Granted, the Raiders are the worst team in the NFL right now, and the Raiders will probably still end up with the number 1 overall pick. I just think 5.5 points is too many. Michael, you would tie to break on this meaningless game. What do you got?
Sorry. I think I'm going to be taking the Chiefs in this one. Give me the Chiefs by, I don't know. I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't really know how I feel about it. We'll see who plays in this game or on either side, so it's kind of just a crapshoot. If you're betting on this game, good luck. This is just terrible. Basically.
Yeah, this is a hard game to pick because you don't even know what's going to happen.
Is this a can I pick a game?
No, I think it's Gino still. Really intriguing week 18. All right, we move ahead to the Commanders and the Eagles. A matchup we saw play out 2 weeks ago on a Saturday where the Eagles did end up covering. I'm going to take the opposite to happen this time. Commanders +7. Hope my guy Mariota plays, but if not, I think Josh Johnson sneaks in a cover somehow. The Eagles have been playing fucking every week is like the only time they cover is against my team, the Commanders, man. And they cover against Mariota. Yeah, fuck it. We're going with the Commanders +7. I don't know why. I just don't trust the Eagles at a big spread, especially -7. I could see the Eagles winning by like 3 to 5 points. Maybe like this is like a little close. One of these games is going to provide some intrigue right in this late 4 o'clock window. I think this could be it. Maybe the Commanders bring them down to the wire. Josh Johnson throws a late pick or something. I got the Commanders +7. They pushed last week under him, so chances are still there for him to cover and have an undefeated record at the spread. Michael, what do you think for this game?
Did we say the Eagles care about this game or no?
They do. They're looking for the 2 seed against the Bears. Let me pull up the scenarios. They get the number 2 seed if they win and Chicago loses or ties, or they tie and then Chicago loses. Chicago playing the Lions, who are out of it, but definitely will compete.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll side with you, Dub, and take the commies on this one. Why not? The Eagles have just been so hit or miss.
Well, that 2 seed gives you a matchup with the Packers. I'm not sure if you'd rather play the Packers or one of the NFC West teams. Probably the Packers, so they probably will be trying, but fuck it, we're going with the Commanders. Cam, your pick?
Yeah, I'm going against the grain. I'm going with the Eagles here. I honestly was going to take it minus 8.5. And I saw the line drop down to 7. Really like the Eagles here, trying to build off that win against the Buffalo Bills. I just feel like this Washington team is, kind of done for the year, especially without Jaden and potentially without Marcus Mariota, who actually, I think I've talked about is one of the better backup quarterbacks, if not the best backup quarterback in the NFL. But without both of them, it's going to be tough. So give me the Eagles here minus 7 as they look to, try and make another Super Bowl contention run. But I also have to go against the grain on UW because I know we got the tie matchup. So going into the playoff run, need week 18 to be a successful week for me against the spread. So give me Philly minus 7.
It is a big week indeed. We have some guests maybe joining, but we'll go through this game. Lions at Bears. Bears minus 3. Bears, same scenario as the Eagles, could get that 2 or 3 seed. Lions out of it, but Dan Campbell's never been one to back down and run away from a fight. So, Michael, we start with you. What do you think? Lions at Bears?
Give me Bears. Lions are done. I don't know if either of you listen to Bill Simmons, but they've been talking about how long until Dan Campbell is in the booth or on one of the pregame shows, and it's probably sooner than most people think. I think the Lions are done taking the Bears.
Cam?
I'm going opposite side. I think the Lions play spoiler here. I completely disagree with that. I think Dan Campbell has no other objective than to win football games. And even though they're only for the playoffs, I feel like he still feels he has an impact on this roster, on what they can do in the future. And I feel like in order to do that, they might need to win against, a top divisional opponent. So to show the fact that they're still in contention with the NFC North, maybe not this year, but moving forward, give me the Detroit Lions plus 3 here.
I'm with you, Lions plus 3. I just think I trust the Bears, but in this spot, I'm not sure if I do. I think they're going to want to go out with a strong win just because it's fucking Dan Campbell and the Lions team. And I think the Bears lose this one, get to the 3 spot. Avoid that matchup with the Packers for them, which is good. They might not see it that way, but I don't know. Well, they still have to play an NFC West team, so it's going to be rough for them. I got the Lions plus 3. We'll take them with the points. We are now joined by our esteemed guests, the DOUF boys.
The DOUF boys.
Welcome to the stage, fellas. Good to see you
Hello,
back.
gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Hope you guys had a great holiday.
Good timing.
Happy birthday to both of you guys in the past week.
Oh,
Mark,
thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You had a battle with the flu. Hope you're doing better now. But how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, I need like sports picks, don't
I'm good. I've got some special guests, some Block Island boys and girls here live in studio.
Don't let him fool you. He was faking sick all weekend. It was fucking disgusting to watch, honestly.
Bad karma going into the last week of the DOUF.
My bad, boys. Where are we at here? I feel like I've shit the bed the past 3 weeks. Like it was disgusting.
So, Dub, do you want to clarify what happened?
Make a pick last week.
Yeah, so last week
it was Christmas. Yes, back off.
Last week we had the in-person stream. We really needed a call from the DOUF boys. The line went empty. We got put to voicemail. So last week doesn't count for anything. Mark submitted late. Some better lines because we didn't have to pick them early on in the week. This is an early stream, so it's fair game for all of us. So we just said, last week's null. We're here, week 18. I'm sure we'll hear from you guys playoffs, right? We're still going to do playoffs?
Absolutely.
For sure.
We still need to figure out punishment and rewards, but we're not going to do that because we just won't do it. But so here's what happened. 2 weeks ago, we had Cam go 3-1. Mark went 3-1. I went 2-2, and Tendy went 1-3, which brings us to Team Dubcast only being down one game. And
Tendy, come on.
That's not good, Boost. We got to lock in.
Tendy has dropped from being number 1 usually, or all the weeks, is now number 4, only beating me this year on the DOUF year to date.
Oh,
shit.
So it's looking rough.
I've had a tough couple weeks with these picks. Dude. It's been hard games.
The order of operations is now Michael's the best, then Cam, then Mark, then Tendy, then me. So with that being said, you have 2 people to pick from this week. Who will you be going against? In the
Mark, not Mikey. I mean, that seems pretty obvious.
Come on, give me a chance.
No, I don't know. Dub's obviously in. It's his show, and he's the only one keeping us alive right now with his awful picks.
I've been doing a little bit better, man. I gotta say, but
you just said you were in last place.
I've been in last place the whole time.
He was last, real bad for a minute.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
I've gotten 2 picks right in 3 weeks, and you're still losing to me right now.
Yeah, I don't think we can pick Mikey. Mikey looks too good. He's definitely going to pick some.
Yeah, that hat does not scream losing picks. That's not a losing pick.
It does not.
Mikey's been in fucking mode the whole night, so I don't know if you want to mess with that.
Yeah, it's true.
He's in Monkey Town?
Fucking mode.
So good. You just need some picks just to start a conversation,
I'm drunk. Yeah.
We got somebody talking in the background. All right. Well, let's not waste it. So it's going to be me and Cam then.
All right, let's go, Debbie. Time to lock in.
Hold on.
You can press the mute button.
Oh no, not another Tendy situation.
It's not me. It's not me this time.
No, it's me.
All right.
We got some drunks in the car, but
Someone confirm me and Cam are playing this week.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we'll start with the dog. Cam, you now get to go first. Give us
That's
your dog.
disgusting that Cam
Week
goes
18.
first. That makes me want to throw up.
All right. Sorry about it. I mean, maybe win a couple of your bets and then you can talk first. But I'm going to go. My first is going to be kind of sketchy one. Give me New Orleans plus 2.5. I just feel like this Falcons team is going to get absolutely smoked.
Mark, he just gave us a gift.
He does.
But I'm confident in that. So I'll pass it off to you, W, on who goes next.
Mark is up next. What do you got for your dog?
Fuck
Black
me,
screen,
dude.
Mark.
Gotta pick a dog real quick here, boys.
Yeah, I need a pick.
Not prepared for the pod? Come on.
Give me
I'm gonna
Panthers.
Nick, do you have a pick?
I'm going. Hey! It's my pick. Give me San Francisco as a +1 dog at home. I don't love it, to be honest, but they're a dog at home. The Seahawks are really good. My future of the week may be the Seahawks, but we'll sprinkle that later. But give me the 49ers in this one.
Tandy?
Can I ask a quick question? Because I know something happened with Justin Herbert. What happened with him exactly?
He's just not playing this week.
Okay,
He just
so
has,
I'm not
his
gonna,
left
so I
hand's
will
been
not.
broken.
I will
for
not be
past
taking the
few
chart.
weeks.
Okay, so that changes my pick there. Oh, I'm gonna do this. This is a terrible pick. I didn't do it. Titans plus 12.5.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Let's go.
Love it. Love it. All right. Come on,
All
Joe.
right.
Bring it home. Bring it home.
I'll go with one to make Cam happy. I'll go with the Packers plus 6.5.
Great job. Great job.
Weird game, too many points, backup quarterbacks on both ends. But we're going with the Pack plus 6.5. Cam, we go back to you for the over.
For the over, I'm kind of going to piggyback off you. I'm going to do the over of the Green Bay Minnesota game. 36.5 just seems too low. No matter who's playing quarterback, I just don't think that it's going to be within, a less than 40-point game. So give me Green Bay and Minnesota in the over at 36.5.
Mark, you're over?
My over.
What a question.
Cardinals and Rams at 46.5.
Wow.
I don't have a lot to say about it. The Rams are a good offense. They weren't last week. I mean, honestly, they covered 46.5, and the Cardinals put up points too. So fuck it.
All right,
Fair enough.
Tandy.
I think I found the easiest over of all time here. It's Colts Texans 38.5.
That was my under pick. So
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a bad under. I wish you took it for your under.
Yeah. Why would you take it as your under if it's the easiest over of all time?
you make a good point there, Mike.
Side convo, Dubby. Do one of us want to take that?
What, Don? No, we'll
Yeah, just take it right now.
you can if you
Take
want.
it.
I don't have that on my board.
Take it right now, Cam.
I meant for the under to
I
flip flop.
I gotta give my over first.
All right, give
I'm
your over.
going with one of the higher totals on the board, but I think both these teams are going to be pedal to the metal, both high octane offenses. We're going Lions, Bears, over 50.5. It's a high number. Don't. Why is that not a good pick? Goff's going to be.
I love
firing.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right. Great confidence from my teammate. We go back to you, Cam, for the under. What do you got?
All right. Well, I'm not going to go into
Take
tennis
it,
pick.
Cam. Take it. Don't
No,
be
I'm
a
not.
little baby bitch. Take
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm going to go with my heart.
So
I had this written down. I had this written down in the
So I had a good
notepad
pick.
earlier. Let's go with the primetime game for the NFC South. Give me the under 44.5 between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't see it being
Mark,
high
that
scoring.
means I had a good pick. That means I had a good pick.
Dude, all your picks are good picks.
You
Obviously.
wouldn't take it.
3 minutes. What was this take 3 minutes?
Mark, it looks like you're maybe driving around and
Distracted.
No, my driver's
Yeah,
driving me.
side note, Dubcast does not condone picking and driving. I want to make that very clear
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, very
We don't
clear.
encourage
Whichever.
it, but it happens sometimes.
I learned that lesson today. Mark,
We don't condone it.
All right, what are we on here? Under?
under.
What's the pick?
This is like a
Commanders
Joker,
at
like
Eagles.
Joker in the cell, just laughing. What
Is that the
pick?
worst laugh of all time that we're hearing currently?
right.
Or-
I was thinking, Scam. I was thinking that. That's terrible.
Commanders and Eagles under 41.
Redskins. Get it right. We're on the Dubcast. It's the
Redskins.
It's not a
Redskins.
PC. It's
I
not a PC
apologize.
pod. It's not a PC pod.
Redskins aren't going to score. The Eagles probably aren't going to score either. So it's probably going to be like 3-0 at the end of the game. So that adds up to an under.
Cam, what was your pick? Sorry.
I did the Panthers and the Bucks. Under 44.5.
Okay. I think it has to be Saints Falcons under 43.5.
Fair. I don't mind that pick.
I don't see that game being very exciting.
Okay.
Well, a game I don't see being exciting either. Titans Jags under 47.5.
Nice
I don't see
job,
the-
John.
I don't see the Titans putting up many points in this game, and I
That's a
think
good.
the Jags,
That's good. That's a good. Pick.
Jags put the pedal to the metal and just let it up.
But
after
the Titans will put up enough to cover, though. You can agree.
I didn't pick that. Michael did, but I didn't pick that way to go to happen that way.
I actually picked that. I did pick that.
I know it's okay.
All right.
You'll learn that the Titans don't cover. Favorite? Can we go back to you?
Give me the Rams -9.5. Kind of going with Mark's sentiment on the over. If it's going to hit the over, I feel like the Rams are going to have to score a lot of points. And Arizona is just, I've talked about it ad nauseum, they're on my ban list. So give me the Rams here -9.5. Or actually, we switch it to 7.5, right?
It's 7.5
Wide one?
right now.
Yeah, give me the Rams -7.5. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was going based off of yesterday's lines. But Rams -7.5. Please and thank you.
Mark, your favorite for this week?
My favorite is the clear-cut NFL MVP
Damn it. He
and
took my
Super Bowl
pick.
favorite,
He took my pick.
the New England Patriots. A team playing for something against a team playing for nothing. And the team playing for something is undeniably the best team in the NFL.
That was such
So,
a good pick.
give me
Mark, that was the best pick of the night.
I know.
Great pick, dude.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Patriots fandom, Mark.
It's good to be
See,
here.
but I'm getting a little kind of like Jinx kind of vibe. Like maybe
He's
not a
trying
fan
to
of-
do it, but he just wins
Yeah.
bets by
I don't
doing
think
it.
he is anymore, guys. Like I don't know anymore. Like I've thought that for the whole year, but I honestly I don't know anymore.
It's
he
good
might
to
have-
be here, boys.
He
It
might
feels
have.
good to be a winner.
I think he's ironically created a Patriots fan for himself, and I don't think he likes it, but I think that's where he's at.
All right.
That's a tough life to live, but good luck to you, brother.
Could be worse.
But he won't
Yeah.
Better
be
than being a
happy.
Jets fan.
But if we win the Super Bowl, he will not be happy. I promise you guys, he will be pissed. So that's all that matters.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're
You
on
know,
your favorite.
I'm going to say this before Mark says it. This will be my last pick as a haired man. Because as you guys know, I lost the bald bet, and this is my last pick on the Dubcast with hair for the time being.
Show it off at least. Let the fans
This
see
is my
it.
last
One
time with hair. It
time.
doesn't look good. I'm wearing a hat all day. I mean, it's not looking great. I mean, it is what it is.
You're not
Might as well
bold yet?
save it.
It might never come back, boys. So just enjoy it while it lasts.
He's going bald
And
tomorrow.
I'm honestly taking the same kind of route as Boots here. I'm taking Bills -7 over the Jets. I mean, I've learned he's taught me some things. I've taught him some things this year, and I've learned the Jets lose football games. And they lose them bad.
All right,
We did
W, wrap this
discuss
shit
this
up.
just
Make it
now.
interesting. Come on, dude. I need you to step up, W, one time.
I've been doing well. In the same
Define well.
Boots, no
Going
team
1 and
chem over
3
there.
as
No
well.
faith.
in the same vein as Tendy, a team who loses a lot of football games is the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to go with the Bengals -7.5. There's kind of it's one of two ways here, but I see this Bengals.
Cam did not like
Cam
that
doesn't
pick.
like
You
it,
can
so
tell
it's
he did
a
not like
winner.
that pick.
You picked
No,
Bengals too.
I'm there. But
It is what it is. We're going with the Bengals -7.5. Have some conviction for the Dubcast. We're here.
Can I? And
Go ahead.
I would just like to. I would like to thank Dub. We really appreciate you letting us have our little segment here. We would love this very much this season. We hope to continue it. The playoffs. Let's think of something good, and we'll be back. Week in, week out.
Well,
But yeah, shout out
our
Dub.
fearless leader.
we haven't even talked about this yet, but maybe we can run back the brackets from last year. I think
Can we get a round of applause for Dub for a great season of football here, boys?
it's not over. We still got 3 or 4
Yeah, but
weeks
this
left.
great regular
Don't
season.
think
Great
Jack-
regular
Regular
don't think
season.
Jack-
Dub. Well done.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Will Texans Colin make an appearance for the playoff
Your
bracket?
Texas Colin is at a casino in Germany right now. He's doing his
He's
thing.
done. He's done.
He's also wearing a turtleneck tucked into his jeans, so we lost him.
Yeah, he's in rare form right now.
We've lost him,
We won't
boys.
be expecting him for the bracket pod. But next week, I think we'll do brackets again. That was fun last year. If you guys want to come with a bracket,
Absolutely.
we can figure that into the DOUF or come up with like an innovative version because it's gonna be hard to all have different picks.
Maybe we can do team brackets.
Okay, we do a draft maybe.
Oh, I like that. Yes,
We have 3 people and you have 2, so we'd have to figure out how that goes.
we'll get Texas Colin.
All right, we'll do a 3-on-3 draft.
Or
Like
our
that.
roommate Nima is from Croatia. His new favorite thing in the world is NFL football. We can incorporate him if you want to.
Is that does he need a handicap or?
No, he
No,
watches
no,
ball.
no,
He watches
no.
ball.
Mikey,
he
stop,
needs a
stop.
handicap. He
You
asked
know, we
me
don't-
how many
don't-
teams are in the league the other day.
I want him to pick Barcelona in the fucking divisional round, all right?
Cam, that was racist.
No, that's just cultural differences. That's not my
That's
fault.
just-
I didn't
Not
know
knowing
Dubcast
any-
was racist.
Yeah, that's not knowing. Well, you should have listened to last week's pod.
Yeah. Last season, bad.
That was just knowing nothing about the world. Croatia's nowhere near Barcelona.
Well, it's America. So
All right.
same thing there.
We're running on for a long time here, so thank you for the gratitude. And Mark, you said you had a future to give out. We have college
Cold.
football playoffs coming up. We haven't given our picks yet, but if you have anything you want to venture on that, or NFL playoffs coming up,
Or NFL draft picks? You were pretty locked in on that.
No, I haven't done any scouting yet. I don't have that locked in. I've got a New Year's Day lay. We've got Texas Tech. We've got Indiana. We've got dogs. It's like comes out to plus 300. So
Yeah, throw mine.
Okay. I like that.
But yeah, all I have left is say goodbye here. I'm gonna look like a fucking thumb next time you boys see me for the playoffs. Hopefully
Adios,
the
Cindy.
Patriots have a bye. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir. Couldn't agree more.
It's not in vain.
it's possible.
all right, boys. It's been a
All right.
pleasure.
Do
Well,
Another thumb.
We'll see
This
you
isn't
before the
goodbye.
playoffs.
We'll see you next week.
This isn't goodbye. It's just see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mark,
Always out.
safe.
All right.
Be safe.
All right,
All
boys.
right,
have a
Tandy,
good
we'll see
night.
ya. Enjoy
Have a
your
good
last
week.
day at your hair. Peace
Happy
out.
New Year, boys.
Happy New Year. Happy 2026. All right.
Back to the pod.
Back to the pod. Only 2 games left to go. Cardinals, Rams. Cam,
Nope.
we know
My
we know
phone's
you're-
about to die. Let me be
Yep.
back.
Get your
Well,
shit figured
yeah.
out.
While
But
Mikey figures that out, I love the Rams in this spot, as you can imagine. Arizona doesn't belong in the NFL, and the Rams are at home after a loss. Definition of a get-right spot, especially with the line dropping. Give me 7.5, even if Stafford doesn't play the whole game. I would love the Rams here, -7.5. Please and thank you.
yeah, I'm done picking the Cardinals to cover these types of spreads. I think also get back spot for the Rams. It's just easy. Rams -7.5. We'll have to circle back with Michael going through technology issues as of right now. Sunday Night Football, last regular season game of the year. It is the Baltimore Ravens heading to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 3.5 by this line. I'm assuming Lamar will go during this game. And every time Lamar plays, they don't play well. I'm going with the Steelers plus 3.5.
Ooh.
I think the hook is too much. I don't feel comfortable saying Ravens minus 3.5. I got to go with the Steelers
So,
plus.
do you think the Ravens end up winning this game outright, or
I honestly don't know.
not for the sake of the podcast, but in your opinion, like who wins that division? Because obviously this is coming down to the division.
I hate both of these teams. I hate the idea of picking this game. Like I don't even like. I guess I would say the Steelers win, like barely. It's in Pittsburgh, and you had Pittsburgh losing last week, where the Ravens had the high. I just think overall the season's been a fucking disaster for the Ravens. So I think for them to sneak into the playoffs, like no one wants to see that shit. I think it makes more sense for the Steelers to make it. I'm gonna go with the Steelers to win outright. I may just bet that. I may just bet them 3.5, but I'm going with the Steelers. Cam, we'll go to you, and then we'll circle back with Mikey for the last two picks of the last two games.
Well, I'm going to go against you. I feel like we've been kind of in line for the majority of the picks. I know we've had a few different picks as well. But overall, I just feel like this Baltimore Ravens team is more suitable as a playoff contender, if you want to call them that. But especially with Derrick Henry last week and then potentially Lamar coming back, I also think that the Aaron Rodgers-led team at whatever he is, 38 years old, can't really sustain success. So I'm going with the road team here in the AFC North matchup. Give me Baltimore minus 3.5, but it's going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, for the division, I think I'm just going to go quarterback head coach matchup, as we talked about at a lot on these pods. Not that I love Lamar, but I trust more in Lamar and John Harbaugh than I do in Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like there's a definition of Aaron Rodgers' choke spot, ends his career, retires after this. That's just my pick, but I don't know if Mikey had any differing opinions.
Fair enough. Well, Mikey, we'll go back to you for the Cardinals at Rams minus 7.5. Rapid fire.
What did you guys take?
We both took Rams.
Yeah, as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your take on Sunday Night Football, Ravens at Steelers plus 3.5.
Cam
I took
took Ravens.
I
you
took
took
Steelers. Cam took Ravens.
Yeah, I think I'm with Dub here. I feel like the Ravens pull this one out, but I think the Steelers still cover at home and all. I don't think this is going to be a fun game to watch. Lamar
It
playing.
has to be the last regular season game.
I think no.
I might do exact score, Ravens 21, Pittsburgh 10. That's what I'm kind of feeling like. But
I'm feeling like 17-15.
Yeah, I don't know if this.
the Steelers defense
is DK 100%
No.
out for this
suspended.
game.
He's out.
He is out.
He was suspended
I
2
saw
games.
something that
Yeah.
they were trying.
Well, I
to
thought you.
appeal.
Sorry, I thought you meant 100% for this game, but I didn't hear the out part. But yeah, he's out.
Because I saw something that was saying that he might try and appeal. But, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll stay with Steelers.
Trust.
Why not?
Just trust.
Trust the home team. Trust the institution.
Institution.
Yeah.
We're institutionalizing Aaron Rodgers into the Steelers. And, yeah.
Okay. So we were joined by the DOUF boys already. It's time for the Focus 5. So another middling week out of all of us with the Focus 5. Michael,
Hey, I was positive.
You are
For the
plus
first time in a
0.81
long
units.
time.
Congratulations.
Hey, win's a win. A win's a win.
Win is a win.
You almost got 1 unit back. So there you go.
Is it technically a win though if it's not more than +1?
Hey.
It's a win. You know, I think
that's close to a tie.
if you're a gambler and you bet a full weekend of NFL football and you came back with more than you left with, even if slightly, I don't think that's a bad weekend in the gambler's book.
Fair
So
enough. Fair enough.
Good job,
It's
Mike.
a win.
I was minus 1.44, Cam minus 1.83, bringing us to, I have to edit these totals on the thing. Michael, you are now at minus 10.65. So
Don't worry, guys. I'll be making it back right now.
you had something in the works with all your picks to get us your money back. So we'll start with you.
I aborted that mission, but
Okay, you aborted the mission. Anyways, we start with you. You are down almost 11 units on the season. What do you have to win the viewers back some money this week? Focus 5. Go ahead.
Well, I'm kind of caught a little bit off guard with this, but we're gonna lock in.
Why?
We have 4 picks.
It's
in
not like
my-
we do this segment every week.
God.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, my phone died and it was hectic for a second there, but we're back. So my picks so far, we have Panthers money line plus the blue lets you do a little or for the touchdown scores, so that was fun. So I did a Mike Evans or Tet McMillan touchdown.
Don't
Okay.
hate it.
We got plus 231 on that. And then for that Saturday night game, we got Brock and Sam to go over their yards passing, which was 242 and 239, which is plus 207. And then we get a little Bucks to win, but
So one of these picks will lose already.
but Falcons also win, so they still miss the playoffs,
I like that actually.
which is plus 169. And then we get a little low key DOUF pick for Panthers.
How many bets do you have just in the Carolina Tampa game?
Don't worry
So-
about it. First of all, we have
That's none of your
Panthers
business, man.
plus 3. We get the under of Colts Texans. We get the over of Packers Vikings, which is 36.5, which is
Love that. Yep.
something.
That was my over.
And then we
in the
get
Duke.
Rams for our favorite, and that comes out to unknown
odds.
amount. Oh wait, there we go. Plus 1177.
Ooh.
Could get you right back in it. You did
Could
the
get
other.
me right back in it, and then I don't have the last pick, so I'll make that right now, and you guys can go ahead.
All right. Am I up,
Okay.
W?
Yep. So Cam, you're down a little over 2 units. Wrapping up here. So what do you got?
All right. We're going to kind of spread it out. So first game of the entire weekend, we're going to go with Tampa money line and Bucky Irving to score a touchdown. Hasn't scored in the past 2 weeks. Love the fact if Tampa is going to win, they need Bucky to score. And that's at plus 250. Also, we're kind of going with a little bit of, not dog parlay, but a little bit of, lower odds here. Actually, well, now that the line switched, it is a dog parlay. Give me San Fran money line and give me New Orleans money line. And that was at plus 370 when I saw it earlier today.
Okay.
So the third parlay is going to be a little Patriots parlay, trying to get the number 1 seed. Give me the Patriots minus 10.5. I usually don't bet them against the spread, but I kind of feel confident as Miami team at home, trying to wrap up, trying to get that number 1 seed, along with the Los Angeles Chargers money line at plus 1179. I don't know. I just feel like that's a weird game. Broncos might be sleeping, and they just choke that game away. But that's one of my favorite picks of the entire weekend. Going to my 4th of my Focus 5, I got Philly, Detroit, and Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be, 4:00/8 o'clock parlay, the afternoon/evening on Sunday. Going to be all of them money line at plus 292 is what I have them at. And then finally for the Focus 5, we're going to go into the last matchup for the AFC North. We're going to go Baltimore 2+ touchdowns. I think they try and rely on Derrick Henry to carry this offense, and that's at plus 494.
2 touchdowns after 4 last week. Interesting.
I know
All
I'm
right.
going against the grain there, but I don't know. I think they kind of rely on Derrick from here on out.
For my Focus 5, I've been running away with this, so got to keep it up. We're starting out with some Saturday, obviously Saturday being the big part of it. We have 2 parlays for Saturday. So remember a time when I told you Bryce Young and Mac Jones would play in the Super Bowl? Both of them to win. Panthers and 49ers money line together, plus 340. Going to help their stocks and improve those odds. They've got 3 years left to do it. Next one, dual-wheeled running backs. This is the one that almost got me into an accident when I was trying to do this. But Bucky, touchdown anytime, like Cam said, but we're also taking Rico. Rico hasn't scored as well. Both of those 2 together, simple running back, plus 500. I don't know why that's so high. So we will be smashing that one. Next move to Sunday. roll favorites. I don't usually like to do this, but we're taking 5 favorites. I don't see any of these teams losing. Jaguars, Bengals, Bills, Broncos, Rams. All 5 of those together, only plus 152. Michael laughs. Okay, we'll see.
I don't laugh because of it's a bad. I laugh because that's basically the same thing that I just made.
Okay, well, we'll have to hear your last pick when we get to it. Next one, we're ending it out. The regular season was a focus 5 from Dub without some teasers. We're teasing the Giants up to plus 7.5. We're teasing the Colts up to plus 17.5. We're teasing the Packers up to plus 14.5. And we're teasing the Saints up to plus 7.5. All 4 of those together, plus 259. Ending it out, we have the underdogs. Michael's been in fuck it mode. I call this the underdogs fuck it parlay. Saints money line is underdogs and Lions money line is underdogs. Those 2 together, plus 498. So that is your focus 5 for week 18. Michael, we pan back to you for your last pick on your focus 5.
Moneyline parlay, Eagles, Bills, Broncos, Jags, and Rams. Is that the exact same thing you did?
No, I didn't have Eagles.
But that's plus 168.
Okay. Good luck. Last week of the Focus 5 for regular season at least. And we transition to the moment people have been waiting for, NCAA college football. Week 2. We got 4 games. 4 games this week. Michael said he's going to pick, then dip the stream. Okay. So starting tomorrow night, we have Miami against Ohio State. Who remembers last year, me and you watching Penn State versus Boise State on New Year's Eve? 7:30 start time, kickoff for this one. Ohio State is minus 9.5. Remember, these games are not played on campus. What do you think? Miami plus 9.5 against Ohio State.
I'm not a huge Ohio State fan, as you can probably tell from the previous podcast, but I just can't see Ohio State losing this game by less than 10. I just feel like Ohio State kind of runs away with it. They've had the most complete defense. They also have explosive players on offense. Give me Ohio State minus 9.5 here.
Yeah, I think this is an ugly-ass game for Miami. I think that football game between Miami and Texas A&M was very gross from both sides.
Agreed.
Whoever was going to come in here and play against Ohio State was going to get their doors blown off. I mean, we saw Ohio State first round last year against Tennessee. I think Ohio State covers easily over, and this drop, I think it was 10.5, now it's 9.5. Slam Ohio State. Next one, moving to New Year's Day, we have, from my point of view, the most interesting matchup, Oregon versus Texas Tech. Oregon still holding steady as minus 2.5. What do you think for this game?
I really like Oregon minus 2.5 here. I just feel like their offense is going to outscore Texas Tech's offense. Not knowing much about their defense, I feel like Oregon's defense is just, overlooked because of the offense that they have. At the same time, I feel like Texas Tech's defense is more consistent when it comes to the college football playoff. But I like Oregon here minus 2.5. It's just, kind of a gut feeling, but.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oregon was my championship pick throughout most of the season before they lost to Indiana. I still think they're kind of a sleeping giant where people are sleeping on them both offensively and defensively. Obviously, Dante Moore is projected to be the number 2 quarterback taken off the board. I like Texas Tech too. It's unfortunate we have to watch these 2 teams play each other. But I think the Ducks get this done. They have more money, more talent, I think. And this game being played on neutral hurts Texas Tech.
And Jones is back if we want to get to him for the first 2 picks.
Did you want to make a pick on either Ohio State, Miami, or Oregon versus Texas Tech, Michael?
You just call me Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I did.
Respect. No, I just kind of wanted to hear your Dante Moore opinions, seeing as there's a chance that he is the quarterback of a New York team.
Dub said he was arguably, he's most likely going to be the number 2 overall quarterback picked, but I don't know. I kind of like Ty Simpson as well, which I'm sure we're going to get into.
Yeah, so here we go, Michael. This is the Jets Bowl. Alabama versus Indiana. Indiana minus 7. We'll start with you, Cam. What do you think for this one?
I'm going with the upset here. Give me Alabama plus 7. I just feel like it's too much Indiana hype being undefeated. I feel like they're kind of due for a loss. I honestly think Alabama wins this game outright and kind of surprises the entire country. But I do like Mendoza, but at the same time, I don't think that they're going to completely flip around Indiana college football program. in 2 years. I think it's going to take some time. So give me Alabama +7 here.
Yeah, I think Alabama covers. I don't know if they win. I think this will be the best game between the two. I think Oregon could low-key run away against Texas Tech. Well, not run away, but like it's kind of like a sloppy game. Oregon wins. I'm going with Alabama to cover. Ty Simpson, trust in Ty Simpson. Obviously, huge, massive comeback win week 1. So I got a lot of faith in Ty Simpson and Alabama, at least to cover. When Indiana beat Oregon and beat Ohio State, both those games were very close. So I don't think they blew either of those teams out. So
I have
Michael,
I have a quick. Oh, sorry. Do you want to go to Michael first?
If he wants to make a pick.
I don't want to make a pick.
Okay. So Michael, if Alabama wins, right, and Ty Simpson's obviously the quarterback of Alabama, and then Dante Moore potentially loses in this first round of the college football playoff or second round, if you want to call it that, but with the buys included, would you rather have Dante Moore or Ty Simpson as your quarterback as the future of the New York Jets franchise?
I don't know enough about either of them to make that distinction, but from what I've heard from the people that I trust and listen to on a daily basis, Dante Moore has a higher ceiling and also a higher floor. I think he's just like a better overall prospect.
Fair.
I think he's younger also. Is that true? Do we know
Probably.
about this?
I would assume it's going to
Mendoza's
be close. It's going to be
older,
by
right?
like a year or two, but
Mendoza's an older quarterback, correct?
I think he's 23. So
Yeah.
maybe,
So, older. I mean, there was a time when there was like 20-year-olds coming out like every single year. So
fair. We'll get Dubby, the host of the pod, to do the research on that.
Ty Simpson's 23 years old. Fernando Mendoza is 22 years old.
Oh.
What about Ron?
Give me Ty Simpson by a million.
Dante Moore is 20 years old.
Yeah.
2005, baby.
Well, the thing is like that could be a Sam Darnold situation.
A lot of stuff about recent quarterbacks coming out. The older, the better. Get them for more of their prime on their rookie contract, all that good stuff.
I agree.
More,
then you also
more seasoned when they come into the league.
You get to the same concept when you drafted Sam because he was one of the younger quarterbacks.
He was 20 when he was drafted, yeah.
Yep. And then obviously he ended up moving on and did pretty well. So it's more the thing of like, do you want to draft that young quarterback for the longer potential, or do you want to draft the quarterback that's most likely to win now? But we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
All right, well, we have one more game to pick. Ole Miss at Georgia, or not at Georgia, versus Georgia in a neutral. Georgia -6.5. Cam, what do you think here?
Give me Georgia here.
The Dogs.
I love the Dogs here. I feel like the Dogs are probably my favorite too. I think we talked about this in at least last week or a couple of weeks ago. Georgia's one of my favorite teams to potentially win the national championship game, and especially with Lane Kiffin leaving, it's just, I would assume a lot of, moving parts at Ole Miss. So it's going to be interesting to see how they react to it. But Georgia's just, very consistent. Defense always going to be good. And I feel like Gunnar Stockton's actually kept that offense relatively consistent. When they have to score points, they will score points. So give me Georgia in that game.
Roll Dogs. I think it catches up to Ole Miss. You said it all. 6.5 is a little bit worrying just because Georgia doesn't really blow teams out necessarily all the time. But I think move on, creating, in my book, what is it, Georgia, Oregon, Ohio State, and then potentially either Alabama, Indiana. Either one of those teams would be great. So hopefully at least 2 to 3 of these games are good. I have high faith that they will be, but only time will tell. So that's a wrap on this week of the Dubcast. Should be shorter from here on out, as we've kind of went a little bit long on the recap this week. It's all good though. We'll have playoffs. We'll know the teams. We'll know the seeds. Divisional or not divisional. Super wild card, even though they don't call it super wild card anymore. Wild card weekend. We'll know where the Pats are playing. We'll know where the Seahawks are playing for Michael. I don't know if we really interests are, but we'll have the whole list. Maybe we'll do a bracket, and then we'll have that little playoff draft thing with Tendy and the boys. That sounded fun. Maybe continue DOUF. It'll still be a good time to join us. So Week 18 in the books. Spread is on the line here as well. So very important week on the Dubcast. And thank you all for joining during the stream and also the replay viewers. So we'll see you all in a week. Timing will be TBD. Just stay tuned to Instagram. We'll randomly pop up and be live. So I'll leave you at that.